this is where you wanna be, cause you know we gon' talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is doing well. Thumbs up in the chat if I am loud and clear. I hope everybody's enjoying this wonderful day. It's bright, sunny outside. It feels really good. I'm loving it. No more rain, at least for today anyway. No more rain. The sun is drying it all up. Listen, today has been a busy day already. I've been all in these YouTube streets and like, woo. And then I was like, let me go live right quick. Let me go live. We're going to break down some things today, you guys. Yes, we are. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, please. If you've forgotten, I know it's easy to do. Sometimes we jump in and we forget to hit that like button. Hitting that like button tells YouTube that other people may be interested in my material as well, okay? So please hit that like button for me and come on in, get you a little drinky drink. And if you just want to listen today, because we're going to be breaking down some of Korra's book, I've listened to it, and I'm sure some of you guys have listened to the Audible, and then I went back to listen to it, and I'm gonna tell you this: the second or third or fourth time, like when you hear it the first time, yes, it's meaningful, but when you hear it again and again and again, you're like wow, just wow. And y'all will understand where I'm coming from if you have already listened to it. When you hear it again, it's like wow. When you hear it and then you see what's being played out on social media, it would definitely make you say, wow, okay? Definitely. So hit that thumbs up button for me and then just come on in, sit down for a minute, grab you something to drink, or if you got some housework to do, just put the earphone in your ear and just listen because we're going to listen to Korra words, okay? We're going to listen to the words from Korra's mouth. Now, here's the thing. I am not going to go in order, okay? I'm not going to start off on chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to play a chapter that really got to me first, okay? One that grabbed my soul and I listened because I've been noticing his reactions, her ex reactions, and how he's displaying himself all over social media. And chapter 5 is where I'm going to start. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to go back to chapter 1, but chapter 5 is what I want us to hear today first. And I want you guys to just hear some of the things that she say about Mr. Dean, okay? Now, I absolutely believe her. I know there's probably some naysayers that say, oh, she's not being honest. Well, I actually believe her, okay? From his reactions, what he's displayed to the public, I believe her. What his mother came out and said in his defense, I believe Korra, okay? So let me give a huge shout out, first of all, to my members. Those are the ones that's lit up in green. They are my sponsors. Thank you very much for being a continued sponsor on my channel. If anybody else want to sponsor my channel, it starts at $2.99 a month and it is reoccurring. $2.99 a month and it is reoccurring. And it goes up to, I want to say $9.99 or $12.99. I think it changes sometimes. But if my moderators will drop that link, the membership link in the comments, that would be great. And if you would like to support me by sponsoring my channel for a low price of $2.99, and if you want more perks, you can go up to level 2 and level 3. I allow some old videos that I've done to be shown on level 2 and level 3 if you're interested, okay? I do appreciate it so very much. So big, huge shout out to those that are lit up in green. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Now, again, this is not going to start at 1, okay? It's going to start at chapter 5. We're going to listen. I may pause here and there and ask you your thoughts. Chapter 5 touched me, you guys. It really did, okay? So again, this is Korra's book. It's called Korra's Live. And if you guys have the book, turn to chapter 5 because that is the first one we are going to go over. And welcome to anybody that's new in my chat. If you are here and notice that you cannot comment, it is because you have to become a subscriber to comment on my lives, okay? When I go live, you have to be a subscriber to be able to comment. So if you're unable to comment, just step out for 1 second and go subscribe to my page and come back in and you will be able to comment, okay? There's nothing wrong with your channel. It's not broke. I just said it at you have to be a subscriber to enjoy being able to say something in my chat. I'm not trying to overwork my moderators, okay? Okay. All right, you guys, let's listen to Korra's number 5. Now let me say something before I explain this. It seems here lately that every woman that comes out and says she's been abused physically, emotionally, psychologically, it seems that the man automatically says it's a lie, right? He denies it automatically. And then there's a herd of women that jump on board and say, "You a liar, you a liar, you a liar. He didn't do that, he didn't do that, he didn't do that. You're lying." Okay? We need to stop doing that. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that everybody comes out and holler abuse is being honest. But if a person say they've been abused, let that be their story, okay? Let us stop judging them and let us stop telling them that they are lying and that they have not been abused when we have not lived in their home. We have not walked in their shoes, okay? We don't know what goes on when this camera goes off behind closed doors. Let us stop denying women of their story. If we didn't live in the house with them, if they say they was abused, believe them or not, but don't go on a gravy train screaming and hollering, "You are a liar, you are a liar, you are a liar." Because a lot of these women that are being attacked by other people, that's the second level of abuse. The second stage of abuse that they're going through. They went through it with their abuser, and now they're going through it again with the naysayers. If a woman says she was abused, believe her. Okay? Because whether it was physical, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, abuse is what? Abuse is abuse. Okay? So Korra is going to explain to us some of the abuse that she endured by the hands of Justin Dean. Okay? Here we go, chapter 5.
Chapter 5. I lost it. On day 3 of no social media, no husband, no family, and no connection to anything, I lost it. I had a mental breakdown. In what seemed like 48 hours of hell, I was talking about everyone who had ever hurt me. I was spilling every single thought I had ever repressed, and I was spiraling. One of the most horrific things that happened in this colossal mental mess was Mr. J came home and saw me in that state. But he didn't notice for 2 days. That was the state of our marriage. Online bliss, but shambles in real life. For 2 whole days, I was mentally gone, and he came at midnight, got up at 6 a.m. for 2 days and did not notice. I was going in and out of consciousness. When I came back, the first thing I did was try to give June some food because I knew if I wasn't there for her, no one else was there. 2 days of pacing back and forth, up and down the stairs in my house, and slipping in and out of consciousness. Senses long enough to give my daughter a diaper change and some bread. Mr. J comes home at midnight and saw that I was talking gibberish and started to question me. He asked me any and everything in that state. I had no control. I spilled everything. The story of my affair came flying out. I had an affair. Before I came to America, he went wild. All this time, June was on our iPad. He turned red again, and although I was gone mentally, I still remember the fear gripping me. He goes downstairs and starts to take out my boxes, tossing all my things out. Get out of my house, bitch. I ran down, sanity temporarily back, long enough to beg. Please, I beg you, please don't do this. Mr. J pulls out his phone and starts to film me. Hey, cunt, I'm going live right now, bitch. How about you tell your millions of followers how much of a whore you are? I was gone.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Please let me know if you guys can hear this clearly. A few thumbs up to just let me know that you can hear this clearly. She just explained how she told her husband about her affair that she had before coming to America. She was having second thoughts about coming to America. She speaks of that in chapters before. She was having second thoughts because shortly after they were even together dating, he had already called her out her name, called her bitches, called her cunts. And y'all, I'm gonna say the real word. If you two have a problem with it, I'll go and blurt it out later, okay? But before they even got married, he was already calling her names, derogatory, filthy, nasty, disgusting names, even before they made it to America. He had already acted out way before they made it to America. So she was having second thoughts about coming to America by a man that actually says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have these spells." He used to have these little spells, these little, I call them tantrums or whatever you want to call it, right? He used to have these episodes. We're gonna call it an episode. He used to have these episodes of where he just go off on her, get mad, and just call her everything under the sun. Okay. So she's speaking of, I was having second thoughts, right? And I didn't even know if I wanted to come to America, right? Because of everything that she had been going through with him. And because she was living a comfortable life before she met Mr. Dean, okay? So again, she just told her husband that she had an affair before coming to America. He tells her, "Pack your shit and get out of my house, you B, you C. Get out of my house." Because that's his first reaction. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been upset. Of course, just found out that your wife slept with another man. I understand the frustration. But you guys have a child together. And what does he do? This cat dog says, "Get out." It is midnight, after midnight at this point. It is after midnight at this point. He says, "Get out." So that tells you right there. I understand again, you're frustrated, but you kick your wife out of the house after midnight in LA? Yeah, that tells you exactly what type of man we're talking about here. Let us continue.
In the middle of my mental breakdown, Mr. J forcefully had sex with me and proceeded to feed me with edible marijuana. I'm now realizing it really wasn't consensual sex, so it was rape. I was not sane, so I didn't give consent. I went haywire after the edibles. He claimed that he thought it would help me sleep.
Now, let me just stop right there. I'm not going to be doing this a lot, stopping and stopping. But listen, she just told him she had an affair. He told her to get out. She begged him, "Please, please, please." She begged him, you know, "Justin, listen, please, please listen to me. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Please listen to me." So what does he do? He forces himself on her. Imagine that. You just told your husband that you had an affair. He tried to kick you out. You apologized. You said, "Please forgive me, forgive me." She got on her hands and knees and she begged him, "Please, please, let's talk about this. Please, I made a mistake," whatever. And guess what he does? He takes her body. He takes sex from her. Her words, not mine. Okay. And then feeds her edibles. Let's continue.
It didn't. After all, the taunting the night before, thinking that my entire fan base saw me crazy, I was done in the morning. Quite ready to leave that house by all means necessary. I jumped out the door, calling everyone for help. I screamed, "I'm in a cage! I'm in a cage! This man is torturing me!" I want I remember a dog was walking past and I stopped the owner of the dog and I asked the dog for help. I had lost it. The dog looked at me and then looked back at me. I think we lost it. An ambulance came in. In a couple of minutes, I was out and headed to the emergency room. Bound on the stretcher, repeating different words and singing on the top of my voice, repeating my producer's name, Keyozo, non-stop. This is all I remember. Just before the double doors were shut, Mr. J says, I remember that. I couldn't understand how love could be this toxic. I lost my mind trying to hold on to this love. The person I was holding on to hit me again and taunted me when I lost it. I was lost. I lost my mind betraying myself. Throughout my time in the emergency room, I kept singing and singing. I made Royal Lamba one of my favorite songs in the emergency room. I was chanting the chorus non-stop, alongside my favorite producer's name at the time. I couldn't stop chanting South African rhythms and war cries of my village. I was just chanting and chanting. It was almost like I was struggling to stay afloat, stay happy, hyping myself up to happiness. It was crazy, literally and metaphorically. It was the peak of COVID, and sadly, the entire America was going crazy. The ER was packed with people like me. From the emergency room, I was carted to the Looney Bin. I was taken on a 50-150 hold. It's a place they store the societal delinquents to determine if they will be reinstated with the normal people or locked up in a ward for a longer time. I'm motted, I'm screwed. Nigerian singing dancing princess in a 51-50 hold. On the first day there, one of the inmates sliced a huge portion of my hair, stuck it to his head, twisting ferociously.
So you guys can't hear it. Someone said the volume is very choppy. You guys can't hear it. Let me know. Let me know. So right now she's talking about how the same night she told him that she had an affair, he shoved edibles down her throat, fed her edibles. He forced himself on her. She got so delusional eating all those edibles that she ended up in the emergency room. And from the emergency room, she ended up on I think she called it a 51-50 hold, which is where she had to go to be evaluated to see if she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. So I think that's I thought it was a 72-hour hold, but someone said 5 days. So I'm not sure if it's 72 hours or 5-day hold. I've never had to do it, but if you guys can drop it in the comments, you can tell me whether or not she did 3 days or 5 days altogether. I think it was 2 days in the emergency room and 3 days in the hospital. So 5 days total she spent being evaluated to see if she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because she ate too many edibles, okay? He fed her edibles and told her that it would make her sleep better. And she ended up in the hospital, okay? Y'all said the volume is choppy. The volume is not clear. Let me know. Is the volume not clear? Yes, on the volume, meaning, okay, the volume is not clear. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I got something for it. Wait 1 second. All right, I'm gonna move it over to go in front of the microphone. All right, hold on 1 second. Tell me now if you can hear it better. 1 second.
He said, "Get into my eyes." I looked back at him in utter dismay and fear. How did I end up here? Were you boundaries? Yes. Breastfeeding? was given a journal to document all that landed me there.
How was that volume? Hello to everybody that's coming in the chat. We are breaking down Korra's live. We're not going in order. She said, nope, can't hear it. You can't hear it at all now? It's worse. I wonder, does that mean it's too close? Hold on. It's worse now? Hold on, you guys. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. There we go. Give me a second. Hey. Hold on. All right, it should be better now.
I looked back at that journal and all I was saying.
Let me try to find my spot, okay? I am at 5 minutes and 50 seconds. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hold on.
In a word for a longer time.
Okay, can y'all hear that? Much better. Oh, do you want me to go back at all? Do y'all want me to go back? I'm only 5 minutes into chapter 5. Do you want me to go back from the beginning of the 5 minutes? Let me know. Where she told him, she said, can you start from the beginning? Yes, I can. Is there more than one person that would like for me to start from the beginning? Where she told him that she cheated on him, she had an affair. This is why he keeps throwing it up in her face. All right, let's go there, okay? All right, listen for a second, you guys. My disclaimer is down at the bottom. I'm going to take it off, but please understand that everything that I say is done just for commenting, research, criticism, and news reporting. I am not trying to defame anybody. Anything that comes out of my mouth is based on my opinion. I am doing a breakdown of her book, right? So the things that I say about the book is based on my opinion and my opinion only. I am definitely not trying to defame anyone's character, okay? Just want you guys to understand that as I take this away, because I don't like it. It gets on my nerves. I don't know why, but it does. It distracts me. All right, so we purchased the Audible. If you have the book, turn to chapter 5, and you can read along if you like. Or again, you could just go and just be doing dishes, folding clothes, relaxing or whatever, and listen to her words. I'm not starting at chapter 1. I'm starting for chapter 5 because toward the end of chapter 5, it really spoke to me. This is only 14 minutes, okay? An entire chapter is 14 minutes. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 19 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay, here we go.
Chapter 5, I lost it. On day 3 of no social media, no husband, no family, and no connection to anything, I lost it. I had a mental breakdown. In what seemed like 48 hours of hell, I was talking about everyone who had ever hurt me. I was spilling every single thought I had ever repressed, and I was spiraling. One of the most horrific things that happened in this colossal mental mess, Mr. J, told me in that no date of our marriage. Online bliss, but shambles in real life. For 2 whole days, I was mentally gone, and he came at midnight, got up at 6 a.m. for 2 days, and did not notice. I was going in and out of consciousness. When I came back, the first thing I did was try to give June some food because I knew if I wasn't there for her, no one else was there. After 2 days of pace up and down this in my house, out of consciousness long enough to give my daughter a diaper change and some bread. Mr. J comes home at midnight and saw that I was talking gibberish and started to question me. He asked me any and everything in that state. I had no control. I spilled everything. The story of my affair came flying out. I had an affair. Before I came to America, he went wild. All this time, June was on her iPad. He turned red again, and although I was gone mentally, I still remember the fear gripping me. He goes downstairs and starts to take out my boxes, tossing them out, tossing all my things out. Get out of my house, bitch. I round down, sanity temporarily back, long enough to beg. Please, I beg you, please don't do this. Mr. J pulls out his phone and starts to film me. Hey, cunt, I'm going live right now, bitch. How about you tell your millions of followers how much of a whore you are? I was gone. In the middle of my mental breakdown, Mr. J forcefully had sex with me and proceeded to feed me with edible marijuana. I am now realizing it really wasn't consensual sex, so it was rape. I was not sane, so I didn't give consent. I went haywire after the edibles. He claimed that he thought it would help me sleep. It didn't. After all, the taunting the night before, thinking that my entire fan base saw me crazy, I was done in the morning. I was quite ready to leave that house by all means necessary. I jumped out the door, calling everyone for help. I screamed, I'm in a cage. This man is torturing me. I want out. I remember a dog was walking, and I was the owner of the dog, and I asked the dog for help. I had lost it. The dog looked at me and then looked back at Jay. I had completely lost it. An ambulance came in. In a couple of minutes, I was out and headed to the emergency room, bound on a stretcher, repeating different words and singing on the top of my voice, repeating my producer's name, Keyozo, nonstop. This is all I remember. Just before the double doors were shut, Mr. J says, I love you. I remember that. I couldn't understand how love could be this toxic. I had lost my mind trying to hold on to this love. The person I was holding on to raped me again and taunted me when I lost it. I was lost. I lost my mind betraying myself. Throughout my time in the emergency room, I kept singing and singing. I made Royal Lamba one of my favorite songs in the emergency room. I was chanting the chorus nonstop, alongside my favorite producer's name at the time. I couldn't stop chanting South African rhythms and war cries of my village. I was just chanting and chanting. It was almost like I was struggling to stay afloat, stay happy, hyping myself up to happiness. It was crazy, literally and metaphorically. It was the peak of COVID, and sadly, the entire America was going crazy. The ER was packed with people like me. From the emergency room, I was carted to the loony bin. I was taken on a 50-150 hold.
It's a place they store the societal delinquents to determine if they will be reinstated with the normal people or locked up in a ward for a longer time. I muttered, I am screwed. Nigerian singing dancing princess in a 5150 hold. On the first day there, one of the inmates sliced a huge portion of my hair, stuck it to his hair, twisting ferociously as he stared deep into my eyes. Jesus. I looked back at him in utter dismay and fear. Fuck! I am in the deep soup there. How did I end up here? Blurry boundaries? Stress? Breastfeeding? The fuck? I was given a journal to document all that had landed me there. I looked back at that journal, and all I was saying was was. You have to beg, Mr. J. You have to beg. Boy, was I completely brainwashed. Now that I think about it, I put my entire life and future in the hands of a sick man who enjoyed torturing me to feel alive. I was released 2 days after. Diagnosis after psych evaluation was THC overdose from the edibles Mr. J had given me that night.
Now, let me just stop right here because he wanted to know what her diagnosis was so bad, right? He wanted to know what her diagnosis was, which was a THC overdose, but he came out and told everybody it was bipolar, that they diagnosed her with bipolar. Now, here's the thing. I don't know because I am not a psychologist or psychiatrist, but I don't think that you can be diagnosed off of one incident. Again, I don't know how that works. If you are in that field, you can let me know. But I thought that you had to have several visits to your therapist to find out that if that was in case what you were, okay, bipolar or not. But she said it was a THC overdose. Okay. All right, let's continue.
I was shocked. Mr. J said I was crazy. If he said so, it must be true. I thought I was crazy. I acted crazy to his delight. We had a lengthy conversation where he disclosed to me that a lot of American entertainers were crazy. It was very normal to be crazy. He promised he would take care of me. He hid my hospital report from me. I only recently called the hospital for many reports just to have them in case no one believed me.
And let me just stop here for a second because one thing that I have noticed about a narcissist, they will accuse their spouse of being crazy. They will tell them that they're crazy. They tell you you're crazy so that you won't believe that there's something wrong with them. So a narcissist will holler that you're crazy and make you even, I can't say they make you feel crazy because no one can make you feel no kind of way. You're responsible for the way you feel, but they will indeed tell you that you are crazy. Okay. A lot.
He narrated how the psychologist had personally pulled him aside and told him I was bipolar. I was taken a little aback because the psychologist at the 5150 hole told me I had a mental breakdown and it was completely normal. Mr. J said that he had the best psychologist in the country, and the other day when he took me to a party with his psychologist friends, one of them told me just one glance at me and they concluded I was bipolar and that I needed to be medicated.
Now listen to what she just said. He took her around some of his psychologist friends, and one glance at her, they diagnosed her with bipolar and told her that she needed to be medicated. Okay? Make that make sense. One glance, he looked at her and told her she was bipolar. And I guarantee you it was based off of what the husband had told the friend. Okay? Told the friend, and he diagnosed her with that and wanted it documented in her records. But we'll continue that in a minute because he wanted to make sure it was in her records. Okay.
This broke me. I couldn't believe how people I had cooked for thought I was crazy after just one conversation with me. In retrospect, boy, was I so foolish and gullible. I never saw the reports from the 5150 hold. He said it was a home consultation and he talked to the woman who told him I was bipolar, so I believed him. I must be crazy. Why would my husband lie to me? I was discharged and told to go home. On arriving home, I was told by Mr. J that child services were packed outside and they could take June if I left the house. Child services packed outside? How is that possible? So I stayed indoors, blinds closed for 2 weeks. I stayed home for 2 weeks with the blinds shut so the DSCF didn't take my child from me. I was constantly threatened with them taking June from me. If you don't do this, they will take June from you. If you don't do that, they will take June from you. It was.
Let me stop there for a moment. Thank you, MB. MB said she was very native and he used it to his advantage. Yes. And that's what he's so upset about now because she's learning more and more as the days goes on. She's learning the American way and he can't stand that. Okay. Because if you notice, he's still threatening to take the babies away from her, just not as often as he used to. Okay. He knows that she is going to find out her rights. And that's what he's very, very afraid of her knowing all her American rights as an American citizen, all the rights to her as an American citizen. That's what he's afraid of her learning. If she learned all her rights, there's no way he'll be spitting out all the bull crap that he spits out now. He's threatening her with things because he knows she doesn't know. She's native to this country. She doesn't know. So he's scared of her by threatening her. You're going to lose the kids. You're going to lose the kids. You're going to lose the kids. If you walk out the house, you're going to lose the kids. If you do this, you're going to lose the kids. If you do that, you're going to lose the kids. He had her scared because she believed him.
Like he knew June was the only way to control me. This sort of thing could take me straight back to the loony bin, but I consoled myself with frequent calls to family, distracting myself from the cage I had found myself in. I was invited to a party by a family friend. In order to go anywhere, I had to give ample notice of about 1 week and to beg to go. I gave ample notice of the invite. I wanted to go, and Mr. J said he would be accompanying me to the party. It was our first night out since finding out about the affair. My visit to the loony bin had delayed talks on the subject, and we had just casually brushed over the matter like he didn't just find out. I knew he was still upset at the back of my mind. I knew I was under punishment in the house for 2 weeks, but I didn't want to let that seep into my perfectly crafted fake happiness I curated on both my IG feed and in my reality. I wanted to continue faking that I was completely happy, living the American dream with my IG husband, who secretly enjoyed making me cry as my daughter watched. We got to the party. It was packed. We started to drink and have fun. I noticed a look on Mr. J's eyes. He was up to something. We got drunk, and all I wanted to do was beg him and pacify his anger. Mr. J started to make a scene. Yes, bitch. He started to yell. Hey guys, line up so this bitch can suck your dicks. She's good at that, you know. They call her headmaster. You can run a train on her. She's a whore. Hey guys. My friends were flabbergasted. I started to make excuses for him. He had a little too much to drink, guys, please, as I urged him out of the party. On our way out, I was trying to calm him down. But he decked me so hard in the full glare of everyone. I was in the bushes with scratches all over my body. One of the guys charged at him. I immediately shoved myself out of the bush and started to plead, please, leave him alone. It's okay, he's just drunk. He's okay. How is this okay, Korra? My friend blurted. I told on Justin, got an Uber, and we got out of there before the real men made him pulp. When we got home, I took pictures of my injuries and sent them straight to my sister. He immediately took my phone and deleted everything. He apologized, but before he apologized, he made sure to ask me if I didn't hallucinate it. that he can't remember doing any of it. I said, "Are you joking? You literally just decked me in front of all my friends." He said I was hallucinating because of my memory issues and my brain was not doing what it should be doing because of my disease and because I was bipolar. We had to call my friends who witnessed it, one of the hosts of the party, and he said, "Hey, bro, you did that." He then apologized, but not as sincerely as he did in the past. This time, it had a hint of, "Get used to this now" undertones in the apology. "This is your new normal, Korra." I was
Let me stop there. Again, narcissists will try to tell you that you made up something that you just experienced. They can slap you, drag you, choke you, and tell you, "I didn't do that. You didn't see that. That didn't happen." Now, I've never lived that before. So, I mean, because if I said it happened, it freaking happened. No one's never told me, no, it didn't happen. But I'm sure a lot of people that have been through abuse have probably witnessed, and let me know in the comments, have someone ever did something to you physically, emotionally, said, call you out your name, and then said, "I never did that"? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever been hit or cussed out and the man came back and tell you that he didn't do it, that you are just imagining that or hallucinating that, or let me know.
I was heartbroken. It was apparent I was in a very toxic situation, but my entire brand, my persona, and even my career were tied to this man who was hurting me and making me feel like it didn't happen. That night, I hesitated. I pondered on telling my family what was going on and what I was going through. The Obidis are not as forgiving. I might forgive my husband, but the Obidis might not. And he made a lot of mistakes. I thought about it long and hard. I looked into June's eyes and I knew what I had to do. I sent the photos of my injuries as I had a deep scar on my thigh till date to my family group, and all hell broke loose.
Now, let me just stop there. Did you hear her say she had a deep scar on her thigh to date, meaning still today she has that scar? Do y'all remember the other day he says, "Tell her to show proof where I've abused her. She can't show you." And then he comes out and say, "Well, she might show you a picture of some scratches where she was drunk and fell in the bush." Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that live that he did and says, "Tell her to show proof"? Well, she can't show you anything unless it's that picture, right? The one that she sent to her sister and sent to her family's chat. He said that would be the only thing that she can show. And did you hear how he quickly said it was because she was drunk and she fell in the bush? He wanted to come out here and dismantle that claim that he did that because he knew that she had proof. Anything else, he deleted out her phone or he beat her phone up if he did not have the password. He broke it up so she could not send it. But that he knew that she sent that to her sister and to her family chat. So he knows there's a picture out there with scars. So what does he do? He tried to get ahead of it and say, well, she may try to come out and say that these scratches right here, is of abuse, but this is where she fell into a bush because she was drunk. Imagine that. Let me go back just a couple of seconds.
I might forgive my husband, but the Obidis might not. And he made a lot of mistakes. I thought about it long and hard. I looked into June's eyes and I knew what I had to do. I sent the photos of my injuries as I had a deep scar on my thigh till date to my family group, and all hell broke loose. My father, who is a softie, cried. He kept asking, "Chukwufunanya, is you okay?" I replied, "I am okay, Daddy." But deep down, I knew I was in hell. Mr. J was still in apology phase of our toxic cycle. Right after a hot abuse session, he was the nicest man on the planet, I could ask for anything. And at this time, it wasn't a MacBook or a new car or a new home. This time, I wanted out. Not just out. I wanted to go back home. This American dream was so horrible. I wanted to go to my shithole country because my shithole country wasn't so shithole after all. This one time, after a fight, I put on a hoodie and I decided to take a walk to clear my head in the beautiful streets of Los Angeles. And on that single walk, I was offered drugs. A guy walked in a restaurant, asked if I wanted food. I was like, okay, thank you. And then he pointed to my mouth and said, Bellagio. I was tailed by cops until I took off my hoodie and they found out I was female. I quickly realized I am not in my neck of the woods, where we had a lot of problems, but the color of my skin wasn't one. Leaving home, I felt our society was so toxic and I couldn't deal. The crab in the bucket mentality was real and thriving.
Let me just stop right here for a second because I don't want to forget it. But you hear how she said that she sent the scars, the pictures of the scars to her family chat, right? This is a text message right here where Justin asked her, and I know I showed you this, guys, before, but I'm going to show it again. This is where Justin says to her, right? Because them knowing, a father knowing that you have hit, a man have hit his daughter, you know, it angers the father, right? So right here, I know it's kind of blurry, but he says, please apologize to your family for telling them that I hit you. You hear this? Please apologize to your family for telling them that I hit you. Only when you're ready. They need to know you're safe. Your father especially. I'm a father. And that should be, I'm a father now. And I would want that peace of mind. Okay? Why would he even say only when you're ready if it's a lie? He says, please apologize to your family. Now, let's go up a little bit more. Okay? Let me take that back a little bit. He says, I learned, or she says, please, no, he says, I learned that I need to give you some physical space when we're heated. Your therapist clearly state nothing here sounds like domestic violence. Please, I beg, don't think of me that way. Okay, this is him telling Korra, your therapist clearly states nothing here sounds like domestic violence. Please, I beg, don't think of me that way. She says, did you learn anything else? He says, not really, my love. Please apologize to your family for telling them that I hit you only when you're ready. They need to know you're safe, especially your father. And I read this to you guys before, but I'm going to do it again. I will only feel comfortable enough to do so if I can rest assure you the aggressive behavior will never repeat itself. Okay? Will be silly to come and say, Justin didn't hit me, he only tapped me. He didn't yank me, he only pulled me. And the following day, I cried to them that another incident has occurred. Let's leave it to rest. There is peace now. Okay? So he definitely hit her, but he wanted her. Y'all know how it is. You know how we call up our daddies and say, Daddy, it didn't really happen. I'm sorry for lying. And that's what he wanted her to do. He wanted her to call up her daddy and say, what I said happened didn't happen. Justin didn't do these things because he wanted Papa Obidi to see him as a good country white man from America, right? He didn't want Papa Obidi to know that he was a monster hitting on his daughter. And let me tell you something. How many times have we fell for that, the okie doke, and took back what we originally said? we go back and say, okay, he didn't do it. He really didn't do it, you guys. He didn't do it. I was just, I don't know, stretching the truth. He really didn't do it. Because what we doing, we're covering. We cover because they say, I promise I'll never do it again. And we don't want our family or friends to dislike our man. So what do? We cover. He didn't really do that. I stretched the truth a bit. It didn't really happen like I said. When in fact, it really did happen just like they said. Okay. So that was text message to back up that he begged her to go and take back the claim that she hit him to the daddy. And he even said, only when you're ready. Like, I'm not even rushing you. Just whenever you're ready, can you please tell your dad I didn't do it? Please, please. She says, only if I feel comfortable enough to know that it will never happen again. Okay?
I was happy to be out of that place, but here I was also so sick to my stomach that once I was to be signed to a huge record label, and they got me in the studio, the only song that came out of my soul was Toxic Love. It will be in my new EP titled Remove. I was sick. I was tired and sick. I took a ticket home and cried for hours at the feet of my father. It was uncontrollable. My father had to ask, what if you don't go back? I told him, Daddy, my dreams are there. He counseled me that love and marriage were not easy, but they definitely brought out the best versions of us. I needed some fresh perspective, so I went to my friend's house to stay. I told her everything about how Mr. J is trying to pin a diagnosis on me. I thought I could trust her. This friend was very dear to me and had helped me at a time I needed so much help. We lived together, celebrating the festivities. Everything seemed peachy. This was allegedly my best friend at the time. All of a sudden, she switched on me. It was like clockwork. She started to act so wickedly. I was in her living room speaking to staff, and she told me to get out of her house. In front of the staff, I was flabbergasted. As I tried to make last minute hotel reservations for June and I, she came and relayed that she changed her mind. I could stay in her guest room. I had to share the room with 4 other strangers. Half of the things I came with in my suitcase disappeared. It went from loving friend to downright bitchy towards me. In a matter of hours, I couldn't place where this attitude was coming from, and I just weathered the storm until I had to leave. You know how much you will be paying if you had to pay for a hotel? So you better act right, she would say to me. It was like a scene from Mean Girls, almost comical. One day we went out and June was throwing a tantrum like every toddler would. I was worried as to how to fix this situation in public. She just shoved me aside, looked at me in disgust, and picked June up. I couldn't believe my eyes. The insult got to the extent that I had gone to her village with her and her mother, and the mother had physically shoved me away from her daughter, like I was some sort of disease. Mr. J came later on that vacation, and it soon occurred to me that he had been talking with them too as I lived in the house, intimating them on how horrible I was, carefully using them to torture me while he wasn't there to do it himself. To date, the friendship will never be the same as it was.
So apparently he got to one of her friends. I don't think that she mentioned the friend name in the book, but it was allegedly supposed to be her best friend. And that's another thing that narcissists manipulating men do. They start talking. Let me tell you something. I read this before. I learned this through the saga that we got out of, right? One thing a narcissist does is they start the smear campaign against you way before the relationship ends. Matter of fact, they started in the beginning of the relationship. And how they do that, they slowly start putting you down and saying negative things about you to your friends and your family, right? So the smear campaign doesn't start once the relationship is over, once you are done with. It actually starts while you're in the relationship. That's why you have to be very careful and pay attention. You may think it's a joke or whatever when they make these condescending remarks to you around your friends and your family, trying to put you down, say things like, oh my God, Amore is really lazy at home. Amore don't be doing anything. And I'm using my name as an example, or, she don't be doing nothing. She don't do this. She don't really take care of the kids. We may think it's, oh, they just, getting smart or saying this, that, and the other. But no, they're really setting you up. They're really putting you down to let that person, your friend or your family, know how they really feel about you. Okay. So the smear campaign, them smearing your name, starts in the relationship. It does not start at the end. So you have to be careful with how they're talking about you and treating. They're making these little smart remarks, trying to throw you under the bus. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, okay, okay. I should be good now. Oh Lordy. I tell you, I should be good now. I should be good. Yes, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Candy. Appreciate that. Thank you for your patience, you guys. I know I've lost a couple of people. Hopefully they'll come back, but if not, they can always come back and listen later. If you are new to the chat, please hit that thumbs up button and just know right now we are breaking down chapter 5 of Korra's book where she explained once she told him about the affair, he tried to kick her out at midnight, should I say after midnight, and he fed her edibles, forced himself on him. She ended up in the hospital and had to stay in a psych ward for for evaluation. She was diagnosed with a THC overdose, but um, Justin told her she was diagnosed with bipolar. He basically said that the psychologist pulled him off to the side and told him that it was bipolar. She never saw the diagnosis until later on. She went back to the hospital. She didn't see it at that time. She went back to the hospital later on and asked for the paperwork, and that's how she found out that it was THC overdose and not bipolar. So she found out that her husband had lied to her previously, saying that she was diagnosed with bipolar. Imagine that. Imagine someone that's supposed to love you and telling you that you're diagnosed with a mental illness because he wants you to think that you're crazy. Just imagine that for a minute. But here we go. Are we good? We good? We good? We good? Okay, here we go.
I had to leave. You know how much you'll be paying if you had to pay for a hotel? So you better act right, she would say to me. It was like a scene from Mean Girls, almost comical. One day we went out and June was throwing a tantrum like every toddler would. I was worried as to how to fix the situation in public. She just shoved me aside, looked at me in disgust, and picked June up. I couldn't believe my eyes. The insult got to the extent that I had gone to her village with her and her mother, and the mother had physically shoved me away from her daughter, like I was some sort of disease. Mr. J came later on that vacation, and it soon occurred to me that he had been talking with them too as I lived in the house, intimating them on how horrible I was, carefully using them to torture me while he wasn't there to do it himself. To date, the friendship will never be the same as it was. And that's only because I felt so betrayed beyond words. Mr. J later showed up and understood what was going on. As soon as he landed, he ordered that I didn't perform the show I had been planning since the beginning of the festivities. Note that all year long, I was only allowed to be a housewife, and even in December, I was not able to perform. In his words, if I performed the show I had been promoting all month long, we were going to be divorced. Words cannot express how caged I felt. In the presence of everyone, I stood up for myself for the first time and I performed my show. He eventually showed up at the show and pretended to be the most supporting spouse, to the amazement of my family and friends who witnessed the hell he raised just a few hours prior to the show. My father counseled us, put us in his prayers and fasting.
So just imagine she wanted to perform a show. He basically threatened her and said, "No, I don't want you to perform that show, right? And if you do, I'm going to divorce you. I don't want you to do the show. And if you do, I'm going to divorce you." And then turns around and shows up at the show and act like her biggest cheerleader. You tell me that that's nothing wrong with that man. You didn't want me. You threatened me. You threatened our marriage. If I perform a show and then you show up and act like you're my biggest cheerleader, oh my God, Korra, amazing, amazing. Knowing damn well he never wanted her to do the show in the first place. You tell me if that's not mental.
And even went on his knees to Mr. J to please beg him not to destroy his family name by dissolving the marriage. We went back to the United States with high hopes. On week one, back to the US.
Now I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit because I want you to hear her say her father got on his hands and knees and begged Justin not to basically divorce Korra, not to dissolve the marriage, because they went back to Nigeria and she told her father what had happened, or they told the father what had happened, and they begged on hands and knees for Justin to not dissolve the marriage because they're traditional people. They didn't want, they look at divorce as a disgrace against the family. Okay. They look at divorce as a disgrace against the family. In America, we don't look at it like that. But in other countries, they do. So I want you to hear her say her father got on his hands and knees and begged Justin not to divorce his daughter. And let me say this before I start back. And that is why I believe Justin, when he came out to the public and told people that him and Korra was going to get a divorce, he knew that Korra would do anything to not get a divorce because it's a disgrace on the family's name, that he thought that coming out to the public would make Korra do whatever he wanted her to do, right? Notice when he put her out after she delivered the baby, 4 days, 4 or 5, whatever days after she delivered the baby, when he put her out and he came to the public and said that they would get a divorce, that was never his plan. His plan was not to get a divorce, because if it was, what would he have done? He would have went down and filed for a divorce. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to get Korra to do whatever it is that he wanted her to do. Okay? The plan wasn't to get a divorce. He knew that they hated divorce. He knew their tradition hated divorces. He thought, oh, I'm going to get her to do whatever I want to do, right? I am going to threaten a divorce. I'm going to put it out to her millions of followers. And guess what? She's going to feed out of my hands. She's going to eat out of my hands. And she's going to give me exactly what it is that I want, what I'm asking for. And guess what? We're going to live happily ever after, because I will control her at this point, because he knew when when you beg someone to stay with you, they feel that they have power over you. That's why it's really not good to beg. That's why, listen, when someone says they want to walk out your life, let their ass walk. Let them go. Get up, open the door, and say, there you go. There you go. Because if you want to be gone, I want you to be gone. Stop making people stay that don't want to be there, okay? But instead, because of her tradition, she begged him, no, let's work it out. Let's figure out how we can work it out. Any problems that we have, we fight through it, because that's the tradition that some people believe. We're married now. We have to work through everything. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll work through it. Okay? And he thought that was going to happen. He thought Korra was going to say, I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever. Just tell me, Justin, whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And guess what? She didn't. She didn't do that. Even after he came out to the public and embarrassed her by telling everybody that they would get a divorce, she still did not do what it is that he wanted her to do. And she went down there and filed for divorce. And that is why 2 years later, this man is bitter as hell. And I'm going to show you even more proof that he's bitter. As soon as these 1 minute and 10 seconds, I'm going to show you more proof that he's bitter, okay?
Words cannot express how caged I felt. In the presence of everyone, I stood up for myself for the first time and I performed my show. He eventually showed up at the show and pretended to be the most supporting spouse, to the amazement of my family and friends who witnessed the hell he raised just a few hours prior to the show. My father counseled us, put us in his prayers and fasting, and even went on his knees to Mr. J to please beg him not to destroy his family name by dissolving the marriage. We went back to the United States with high hopes. On week 1 back to the US soil, Mr. J smashed June's room door to get in. As I ran in there for refuge, we were having a conversation and I dared to say we can agree to disagree. He smashed my phone again, and this time I held June so tight. We both cried ourselves to sleep. Mr. J was sick, and no amount of fasting and praying or walking around on eggshells could fix it. I couldn't fix it.
That concludes chapter 5. I want to show you right quick what I mean by what shows that he's bitter and he's mad, and that was not the plan. Okay, let me show you something. You know, a person that says they want, hey to everybody that just came in the chat, hello, 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 and thank you for showing up for this live. A person that say that they wanted a divorce because they didn't want to be married no more because this person made them miserable, or this person, you know, cheated on them and treated them so bad and they just wanted out. I want out, I want out, I want out. I don't want to be in this marriage no more. You disgust me, right? Let me show you what I mean by he's bitter and that was not a part of the plan. All right, class, let's go there, okay? You know I'm going to go there with you. Korra filed for a divorce when? Class, when? March the 30th of 2022, correct? March the 30th of 2022 is when she filed for a divorce, okay? She filed in March. In June, which March, January, February, March, April, May, June, 3 months later, 3 months later, it says, declaration, service of preliminary, I think that's declaration of disclosure, filed by petitioner, okay? It was served June 23rd, right? It was served. Proof of service was noted. It was noted that there was proof of service, meaning that it's proof of service, June the 30th. Then on July the 21st, proof of service came back that it was 3 attempts made without the unit number, 1 attempt made at the business. So they attempted to serve him 3 times at his residence and 1 time at his business. Again, she filed in March. They were still in, now they're in July, where it says it was defective, meaning they were unable. He was dodging being served, okay? He was dodging. 3 attempts, defective. 1 attempt at the business, defective. 3 attempts at home was defective. 1 attempt at the business was defective. This is a man that don't want to be with a woman because, you know, she mistreated him, she abused him, and she cheated on him with all these men, and he didn't no longer want to be with her, and he wanted out of the marriage, right? Again, August the 5th, proof of service, okay? Now, it says proof of service of summons. It said service mail date plus 10 days filed by the petitioner. So, again, she's still trying to get him served. Still trying to get him served. Now, look at here. The first response from him was on August the 11th. That's when he responded. Again, she filed in March. He did not respond to the divorce until August. Let's do the math. March, April, May, June, July, August. It took him 5 months for him to respond, okay? And guess what he does? This is how you know he's bitter. It took him 5 months to respond to her initial divorce, right? Her summons for divorce. 5 months. And what he does, he puts out a restraining order. And listen, it was a restraining order. And then the same day, he takes out a ex parte for the kids to be taken away from her and for her to have no visitations. That is the first thing that he did, you guys. Now you tell me if that's not bitter or not, because if a man wants to be rid of you and he wants a divorce, right? If he wants a divorce because you treated him so bad and he wants you to be rid of you, why wouldn't he file an emergency ex parte for the kids to be snatched from you, right? The kids to be taken from you and for you to have no visitation. That is his first response, a temporary order. And on the same day, a declaration for the ex parte notice is right here, you guys. Is right here. Everything that you say you see filed that says filed by petitioner is Korra. Filed by petitioner, 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 petitioner. Oh, here we go. Respondent. It was a temporary order, a temporary restraining order, and an ex parte to get the girls away from you and for you to have no visitation. Again, this is a man that said he wanted a divorce because he had a horrible wife. She was a cheater. He no longer wanted to be with her. He wanted it to be over with. The only reason why he came public, because that would make him not go back, right? Those were his words, not mine. But now it took 5 months for him to even respond. And his first response was, get my girls away from her. She's unfit. She's horrible. She's this, that, and the other. All right. That shows bitterness right there. Bitterness. So that, I just want to co-parent and peace shit is bullshit. He came out the door swinging after dodging for 5 months. He came out the door swinging, trying to get the kids taken away, trying to get no visitations from her, thinking that he had the upper hand. And I'm thinking he wanted to get the kids away from her so, again, she can beg to be back with him. If you want to be with your kids, then you need to be with me. Okay? If you want your children, you need to stay in this marriage. You need to be with me. We can work this out. That's why when she came out and celebrated her divorce, he was bitter as hell. And he said, what? Who celebrates a divorce? Oh, the divorce that you told everybody that you wanted? He says, who celebrated divorce? No one wins in a divorce. Yeah, we know that. You didn't win the first time. Now, I want to listen to chapter 6 right quick. It's a very short one, but I want you to hear what this man said about his first wife, okay? I want everybody on this live to hear what Korra says that Justin said about his first wife, okay? We don't hear much about the first wife, right? But let's hear what Korra said that he says about his first wife, because what did he tell us? That was his high school sweetheart or college sweetheart. I think he's at college. That was his college sweetheart, and they still talk to this day. Remember that? We have an amicable relationship, and we still talk to this day. We're good friends. We just, whatever the reason he said they got a divorce, but he says that they're good friends. Well, let's hear what he told Korra about the ex. But again, it took 5 months for him to respond to the divorce, right? And his first response is, what? Give me my damn kids. And you have no visitation. Give me my damn kids, because the white judge in America is going to give me my kids against this black woman, because I'm going to say some of the most damaging things about this black woman, right? I'm going to say the again. Let me know if you can hear me, because I think the internet just went down again. Hold on a second. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. This is crazy. Let me know if you can hear me. This man need to leave. He needs to leave. Let me know if you can hear me. Again, the first, okay, thank you so much. The first response from him, from a man that wanted a divorce, his first response was what? Give me my kids and you have no rights, because he literally thought the judge was going to take his children away from this immigrant. And that was going to force her to stay in the marriage if she wanted to be with her children, okay? That's what he thought was going to happen. That's the first thing that this man responded to the courts. Now, I'm looking at the orders. I'm not talking about what she said out her mouth. I'm not talking about what he said out of his mouth. I'm talking about what's on the docket, you guys. This is what's on the dockets. This is facts. This is not what she said or what he said. This is what's on the dockets, okay? She filed, she chased him, trying to get him served. He dodged, he dodged, he dodged, and he dodged again. He dodged the orders 4 times. They finally was able to serve him the papers. And his first response was, give me my damn kids. This judge in America is going to give me my kids because you are immigrant, and they're going to believe everything I say because I'm going to write a long, 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 long document of bullshit. And that is what he did, okay? I'm going to file a long document of bullshit, right? I'm going to file a long document of bullshit. I don't know why it's not letting me go in, but anyway, I wanted to go in. But let me show you something right here. So when people say, oh, I can't even get this to go up and down. Hold on a second, you guys. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, I wanted to go up and down on this one. Well, I wanted to show you guys something right quick. Let me see if I can get this to refresh. If not, I'll just open up another. I want to show you something right quick. So when we talk about, oh, look, I don't want you guys to know I'm a business. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Now it's moving. So let me just cancel this one out, cancel this one out. Is he about to turn it off again?
I may have to.
Okay, when?
Right now.
All right, go ahead. All right, you guys, let's take a break right quick. The internet is going to go down again for 1 more minute. Let's take a break for 1 more minute. Go get something to drink. The internet is about to go down, and I'm going to come right back, okay? So just take a break for a minute. The internet is about to go down again. Are you doing it, babe? Okay. He's about to cut it off for a minute. Somebody said many people are sleeping beside the enemy. Ooh, you are so right. You are so right. Is it off yet? I don't know if he turned it off yet. But until he do, I'm gonna see if I can open this up. Has he went off yet? Can y'all still hear me? I don't know if he went off yet. I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna show you how Korra was actually being very nice to him. Nicer than I would have been, and nicer than any American that I know would have been. But I'm gonna show you how she was. Have you turned it off yet? Because I don't want to really get into it until you finish. It was in her answer to his ex parte. Yes, she was nice to him. Let me just look until he turned this off. It was her response to the ex parte. I think it was this one, the response. I missed it the other day when I was reading it. No, that's not it. Babe, did you turn it off yet? You said not yet? Can you tell me, please, when you get ready to do it? Okay, he said he's gonna do it in a few minutes. Tell me if you guys can hear this. So, no, I'm not gonna get into it until it comes back up. But this is what I mean. This is her response to his the response declaration to his bullshit. She was so nice. She talked about properly co-parenting. Hold on, let me see if when is he gonna turn it off, you guys? I'm so impatient. I just want him to do it and get it over with. He's up there talking to the man. Are you gonna turn it off or what? Gold said, I'm gonna write a bullshit document with the help of a Nigerian like yourself, who is a woman, to get my kids from you, and you have to kiss my ass if you want your kids. He fooled himself. Exactly, Gold. Exactly. He hasn't turned it off yet. Well, you know what? Let me see if I can get this out before he turns it off. But when I say that she was nice to him, right? She says, I do not consent to the order requested, meaning that she do not consent to the ex parte. But she says, but I do consent to the following order. And the following order is an order reserving the issue of monetary sanctions pursuant to Family Code Section 271 against the respondent for his legitimate first approach to matters which can and should be resolved through parties co-parenting. Do you understand what that means? She's saying he resulted to, let me get these damn kids away from her, instead of trying to resolve whatever issue he had through proper co-parenting. So you tell me who was trying to peacefully co-parent. She literally said, I do consent to him following the orders of trying to resolve matters through properly co-parenting before we take it through the courts. That's who was trying to peacefully co-parent, not him. She literally said it right here, but I do consent to the Family Code Section 271 of let's figure out what we could do through properly co-parenting. Let's try to resolve it by co-parenting, right? And it says this ex parte does nothing to further state policy of reducing acrimony and fostering cooperation between the parties, which means this ex parte that he did, it did nothing of reducing the anger and bitterness of fostering cooperation between the parties. It did nothing to foster a good co-parenting relationship, is what she's saying. She's saying this ex parte put a larger gap between us trying to peacefully co-parent. You're asking for my kids to be snatched from me, right? And me to receive no visitation that is not fostering peaceful co-parenting. She said it only shows bitterness and anger. It puts a gap, a wedge between peacefully co-parenting. This idiot just basically tried to snatch her kids from her. And now you want to come out here and say, oh, I just want to peacefully co-parent. How do you come from that? You know? How do you come from that? How do you look at your baby daddy in the face and say, "Oh, I forgive you," and we could just be, cool and co-parent together when you know he tried to snatch your kids from you, right? Oh, I just wanted a peaceful co-parent the entire time. No, you did not. You didn't even try to work it out through co-parenting, resolve issues through co-parenting. No, you went to the court, and this was his first response, you guys. His first response to the court was, "Give me my damn kids." She's gonna do this bullshit. She's gonna file for a divorce against me. Well, I'm gonna take the kids from her. And that's what he's continuing to do, threaten her. Why? How? He's threatening her by saying, the judge is going to give me custody of the kids. The judge is going to give me custody of the kids. The judge is going to give me the custody of the kids. He's still threatening her with the same bullshit that he's already lost. I guess I'm just going to have to take the kids. I guess I'm just going to have to take the kids. Okay, well, the judge says no. The judge says no. Okay? So anyway, I just thought that her saying, wait a minute, I don't consent to this order, but I do consent to us trying to properly resolve issues through peacefully co-parenting. Okay. So anyway, that shows who the bitter one was. That shows who really wanted to peacefully co-parent and who did not. Okay. Because his first response was, let me go to the court and let me write a full book paragraph of how disgusting she is, and let me show this to the judge. Okay. Now, I want to do a chapter 6, but I want to wait until my husband turns his internet off and turn it back on. So let me see where he's at on it. Babe, have you done it? Do you know how long it's going to be? He says, nope. But can you tell me how long? Let me see how long chapter 6 is. Let me see how many minutes chapter 6 is. Chapter 6 is, it's only 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's try it, okay? Let's try it. Let's try it. 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's try it. If it goes off, then I'll be right back. Okay? All right, let's try it. Chapter 6. Here we go.
Chapter 6. I'm leaving. The next day, I was done. I was committed to leaving this man. I was convinced that June couldn't watch this every other day and have a good life. It was up to me to save my baby girl. Growing up, I never got to see my parents fight. I told him I was leaving. And this time, he could see it in my eyes that I was done. He opened up and told me a story about his childhood I am not going to share here, as it is not my story to share, and how this is the reason why he was hurting me. In my benevolence, I decided we could fix this together again. If only I don't talk back, make sure I look him in the eyes as he screamed at me, and never aired my opinions. I could fix it. You don't leave something that's broken. You don't abandon something that isn't working. You don't throw away your broken toys. You fix them. This is what I taught my daughter. I resolved to stay. Again. I was made to get a therapist. Mr. J insisted that my goal in therapy was that we work on my control issues and my rape victim mentality. After I opened up to him about my trauma, he called me a rape victim for months, and then topped it with the fact that I didn't make more than a McDonald's employee. I was a classic rape victim, and all his psychologist friends agree. All his friends said so to him. I believed him. Therapy was mandatory for everyone who had some sort of mental break. I started to talk to my therapist about the happenings at home. She insisted that before I went on medication, I had to get a psychological evaluation. She recommended a doctor with some melanin in Beverly Hills. I went in for the evaluation. We had a lengthy conversation that involved me detailing to him how I was convinced I was bipolar because my husband had psychologist friends who told him so. He listened intently and said nothing. The
Okay, I should be back up now. I should be back up now. Thumbs up if you hear me. I'm so sorry. This is happening. I should be back up now. Let me know if you hear me. Okay, okay. I see some thumbs up. I see some thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. Hey, Glenn. Hey, everybody that's coming into the chat.
Do you know your mother is a whore?
Wait a minute.
A
Hold on.
bitch? A cunt? You was so
Hold on. I don't know if y'all heard her say he came home late in the trunk. Hold on.
sweet love bombing love.
Okay, here we go.
He came in the door. He was so drunk. He picked up my daughter. He said to her, do you know your mother is a whore? A bitch? A cunt? Little June was beginning to comprehend things. We were at her 100th word. She knew when a word was bad. She said, no, Daddy. He repeated, your mother is a whore. She's a cunt. I couldn't handle it. I pushed him away and grabbed my daughter from him. That was the cue that he was waiting for. He gave me a stinking, resounding slap on my face. My daughter screamed. I didn't. I went cold and silent.
Mm.
As soon as he did this, he went straight to his phone to call his mother. His mother picked up the phone. I slapped her.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop hearing from the doctor's part now. We stopped at him telling her his past. Oh, y'all stopped at We stopped. Y'all didn't hear the other part? Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Hold on.
The 100th word. She knew to him how I was convinced I was bipolar, psychological,
Hold on.
the mental break. I started to talk to my therapist about the happenings at home. She insisted that before I went on medication, I had to get a psychological evaluation. She recommended a doctor with some melanin in Beverly Hills. I went in for the evaluation. We had a lengthy conversation that involved me detailing to him how I was convinced I was bipolar because my husband had psychologist friends who told him so. He listened intently and said nothing. There was a fight again. He didn't come home all day till 11 p.m. I stayed up waiting for him, hoping to get his attention, trying to get a glimpse of that love, the beginning love, the love I was willing to defy the world, my family, my parents, and everybody for. That sweet, love bombing love. He came in the door. He was so drunk. He picked up my daughter. He said to her, "Do you know your mother is a whore, a bitch, a cunt?" Little June was beginning to comprehend things. We were at her 100th word. She knew when a word was bad. She said, "No, Daddy." He repeated, "Your mother is a whore. She's a cunt. She's a..." I couldn't handle it. I pushed him away and grabbed my daughter from him. That was the cue that he was waiting for. He gave me a stinking, resounding slap on my face. My daughter screamed. I didn't. I went cold and silent. As soon as he did this, he went straight to his phone to call his mother. His mother picked up the phone. I slapped her mom. I chimed in. Mr. J slapped me in front of June. Mother returned. "Well, it sounds like both of you are just going about it with each other." I was shocked. I was broken. For a moment, I didn't think I could hear with that ear anymore. Under my breath, I whispered, "I don't blame you, Mom. I knew you would protect your monster of a son." Mr. J was married before. At the beginning of the relationship, I wanted to reach out to her just to have a conversation, just to speak to her about why she would leave such a beautiful creature. But he strongly discouraged it, saying she cheated on him and he caught her cheating and having intercourse with another man, and he saw her right on top of the man. I found that repulsive. I decided to listen to my incumbent husband, the love of my life at the time.
All right, now listen. Woo, what did I tell y'all? When a man tells you that his ex, right, the reason why they broke up was because she was cheating and he caught her and all of this bullshit, listen, don't take that as face value, okay? Do not, that's a red flag right there. I'm telling you. When you meet a man that tells you that his ex, right? The reason why they broke up was because she cheated. It is a red flag. Most narcissists accuse the reason of the relationship breakup is all your fault. One thing, all your fault. And 9 times out of 10, it is because he's going to accuse her of cheating. Okay. It's because they have to think of you that way in order for most of them to be able to move on with they little hurt asses, right? They hurt selves. They have to try to defame you in the worst way possible. Call you all type of derogatory words and say that you cheated. It's a red flag, right? And us women need to stop just listening to that bullshit, right? And just taking it for face value. There's always 3 sides to a story. His, hers, and somewhere in between, it will be the truth. Okay. So that should have been a red flag, but she didn't know. She's still young. Okay. So anyway, the mother saying, well, she brushing it off, acting like it ain't no big deal or whatever, is because she knows her son. The mother knows her son. Don't think she doesn't. Don't think that whatever he's doing to Korra, she hasn't heard it already from the first wife. She knows her son. That's why when she came on, when he brought her on, he claims, my mom only came on and she only spoke one time. But the mother appeared to be somewhat afraid of him, intimidated by him or whatnot. Because toward the end of the conversation, she's like, okay, now this is it, right, Justin? So now this is over. Now we're moving past it, right, Justin? Because she only came on and said the things that she said about Korra because she sees that her husband is, not husband, her son is spiraling out of control and she wants him to move on. She don't know how to just come out and say, look, you're effing up your life, you're effing up your image, and you need to move the F on. You are making yourself look bad. And let me say this for the record, okay? Justin is coming out here saying, if they talk, I'm going to talk. I'm going to smear their name until they just run and hide back in their cave, right? But what he's not noticing is it's not stopping nothing. No matter what he says or any of those that support him says, Korra is still elevating. Korra GoFundMe did not stop, right? It's still elevating. She's still being noticed. She opened up another page because her page was demonetized and she got 200 and some followers, 200 and some thousand followers on that page, right? And I heard that she was in Times Square and getting ready to be put on some bulletin board in New York right now. What is he stopping? What is him coming out talking? How is it hurting Korra? It's not. It's only hurting himself. He's the one making himself look bad. He's supposed to be a doctor of chiropractor, right? Huh? He's supposed to be this educated doctor of chiropractor. Oh, I got 3 degrees. But he is the one that's making himself look bad by the day. Okay? It's not stopping nothing for Korra. Korra is still elevating. She's still making moves. Right? Her supporters are going to continue to support her. Whatever he has to say is not going to change the mind of not one of her supporters. Now, those that pretend to be your supporters and come out and say, oh, I canceled my GoFundMe because you went to Hawaii. Bullshit. That was not her supporter. You best to believe that. It's not one supporter of hers would actually do that shit. That is somebody from his side, right, that paid $5, asked for a refund of their $5 just so they could pretend to be her supporter, okay? No real supporter is going to ask. First of all, no damn real supporter is going to ask for $5 back. You don't support me if you want $5 back from me, okay? You are not a supporter, right? If you want $5 back from me, you don't support me at all. Because there's no way. Absolutely no way. Because if you support me, you want the person who's trying to hurt me to be brought to justice. You don't give a damn if I go to Hawaii, Paris, Italy. You don't care. You don't care where I go. You want my abuser to be brought to justice. And you're not going to ask for $5 back because you see me on the beach in Hawaii. You see me climbing trees and eating off the land in Hawaii. You're not taking $5 back if you support me, okay? So please understand that right now, he's only damaging his reputation, what's left of it. Again, I showed you guys yesterday where his license will expire at the end of next month. I think it said the 30th of June, his license expired. And right now they are in forfeiture mode. Now that means he hasn't renewed. And on top of that, even though I don't know exactly what this says, but someone sent this to me. Let me see if I have it right quick. Somebody sent this to me. It only shows half of what it says, but it says when he comes out and say that the board found him or found the accusations to be non-credible, it did say that, right? It said that they found that the evidence was non-founded or something like that, but it went further and said, but they did find him guilty of something. Let me see that if I can open it up right quick. If anybody know what I'm talking about, let me know. Let me go to my Gmail. Someone sent it to me. It actually says that they didn't have enough evidence to support the claim, the total claim, but it did find him guilty of something. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to see who was the person that sent it to me. If you're in here, if you send it to me, it's just it. I should have printed it out. I'm sure I'll find it. She says, I sent it. Can you let me see if I could just put your name in there. What's your email so I can look for it by your email? Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong account. Okay, I see. Never mind. I was in the wrong account. Hold on. I was in the wrong account. I need to get in the right account. Okay, I'm in the right account now. And when did you send it to me? Let me see. I think I responded back to you, didn't I? Or maybe I didn't. I'm bad at that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Can you send it to me again, Neely? Thank you. Can you send it to me, please? Again, so I can show them up here. And I looked it up, and what I found that it said that it was a forfeiture. She said, "Amore, I'll send you everything you need from this case. This woman is everything her ex is saying." Oh yeah, well send it then, Sonia. Send it, baby. Let me show you. Let me give you my email. Me Amore. I got two. Me Amore. Oh, you know what? I think you sent it to my other one, didn't you? I don't know where you sent it to, but anyway, me Amore 40. I got two emails that I use. So I use this one, and I think you may have sent it to my other one. Talk about it with Amore. I have a talk about it with Amore. Let me see. Do I have it in that one? Oh yeah, you did. Okay, you sent it to my talk about it with Amore. Okay, let me open it up. All right, here we go. Let me download. All right, so here we go, you guys. This one right here, I was looking in the wrong email. Send it to me, Sonia. So if you look at this email, it says, if you can read it, it says this letter is to advise you that the Board of Chiropractic Examination concluded its investigation of the above reference complaints, and I think it says, and the case is closed. It says the board did not find sufficient evidence to support the allegation of harassment or misconduct in this matter. However, the board found, and it cuts off because I guess Justin was showing this. It says, however, the board found, again, it cuts off, and it says the below violations. Do you see that? Do you see that? So it did find some violations. So it's funny how some people try to show you a little bit of something, right? It right here, it shows that he tries to show you some things like, okay, yeah, this letter is to advise you that it's concluded its investigation and it did not find sufficient evidence, meaning that it's not that his violations or what he did wasn't true. It just didn't find sufficient evidence. What was presented wasn't sufficient enough for them to violate him for the harassment or misconduct, right? However, he did get some below violations. Now, what those below violations were, we don't know. But he was violated. The Board of Chiropractor Examiners violated him. And when I looked up his license just the other day, it said that the status was forfeiture. His status is forfeiture. And his license expired June 30th, which is next month. Okay. So I guess we will have to wait and see if next month, or should I say after next month, right? We'll just have to find out after next month, is he able to renew his license, okay? She said, this woman is everything her ex is saying, following blessings. This woman is everything her ex is saying. You're saying Korra is everything her ex is saying? Oh, no, Sonia. I didn't know that's what you said. I thought she was saying that Justin is everything that Justin is everything that Korra is saying. Oh no, Sonia. Oh, I could very well see and read on my own. I'm very good at breaking things down and analyzing things for myself. Trust me, I know his kind. Okay, Miss Sonia, I know his kind. I can tell that this man is not a good person whatsoever. No real man will take to the internet. I don't care how disgusting or horrible Korra is, right? No decent man, and I say that loud and clear, no decent man will come out and defame the mother of his children on social media. That lets you know right there that he is not a decent man. From the jump, nothing about this man is decent. A man protects, right? A man provides and protects. Even if his baby mom is the worst baby mother in the world, right? He wouldn't come out here and defame her, because guess what? He will protect her to protect his children. To defame his wife means he doesn't love his children. Okay? She said, one thing he violated was using the doctor and passing off as a medical doctor. He was asked to add DC after his name. She says, I think Korra went through something. And we're going to listen to the rest of her book, because you guys know we went ahead and bought it. So we're going to listen to the rest of her book, but I didn't want to do it all in one day, even though it's only, the book altogether is only like 2 hours, right? But how I want to break it down, that's why I started off at chapter 5. I wanted you guys to hear that. So we did chapter 5 and 6. Tomorrow we'll come back on and we'll do some more chapters, okay? We'll come back on and do some more chapters. She said, block her. No, we're not going to block her unless she disrespects the chat, okay? If she disrespects the chat, we will block her. But as long as she doesn't disrespect the chat, she's welcome. But, if she disrespects, trust me when I tell you, my mods will handle her accordingly. My moderators will handle her accordingly. She sounds like a Korra hater. I just looked at the blogger she said to follow, and the blogger seems like a Korra hater. They're over there writing him, believing his lies. You know, the thing about it is, Lady V, just like we said before, is not that they support him. They just do not like Korra. They don't like. Now, let me tell you this. Korra has an attitude like me. For those of y'all that know me, y'all know I enjoy having fun. Y'all know I don't give a shit what no one says. Y'all know that name calling and stuff like that does not get up under my skin. Okay, right? Y'all know I am I'm just a lively person, right? I'm just older than Korra, right? Korra lives her life out loud. Everybody is not able to do that because they lack confidence, okay? Korra knows living her life out loud is going to come with stipulations, and she's okay with that. Everybody is not as confident to live their life out loud. They live their life in shame and they get embarrassed and they don't know how to lay their hair down and have fun and enjoy life. We only get one, right? They will live their life with regrets because as they get older and their bones start aching, right? The joints start aching, they're going to say, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. I wish I have done this. Like Korra had said before, because I heard with my own ears, she said, listen, I know one day my body will deteriorate. My body will start sagging, right? My body will break down. While I have my body now, while it looks like this, right? I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy me being in shape right now. And I'm going to say this now. A lot of us wish we still had a body like that, right? And when we had a body like that, we didn't take advantage of it. We didn't even show it much, right? But now we're like, oh no, let me put clothes on. Let me put clothes on. I don't want to show my body now after it's all the, ran down or whatever the case, right? Korra is living her life out loud. That is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But some people are jealous because they can't do that. And that's what they're mad for. That's why they're mad. Okay? This picture of the letter was from Justin's page. Justin hid that bottom part of the letter that says other things he did. Exactly. Because a narcissist is only going to show you so much. So he wanted to point out, right, in this letter, he wanted to point out that the board did not find sufficient evidence. But he didn't know that he was going to show the part that says, however, the board found the below violations. Of course, he wasn't going to show us what the below violations were. Oh, sorry, you guys. Dang it, more. Not trying to do that. He's doing it on his own. He wasn't going to show us what the below violations were. Of course, he's not. She said, while this man is evil, he was making Korra into a zombie. Thank God he saved you, Korra. This man has evil plans against you all this time, then made you a laughing stock. Jesus. Well, she's really not a laughing stock because Korra has a lot of supporters, right? That support her. No, he's not a smart man because what he doesn't understand is he's ruining his reputation. He wants her so bad. He wants her down so bad, right? He wants her down so bad that he is willing to ruin his own reputation, And that's the sad part about it because in real life, like in America, he is ruining his reputation. And those that continue to egg him on and say, oh, tell your story, Justin Dean, tell your story. They don't realize that he's ruining his reputation even further. They don't understand it, but he is. He's not a reputable chiropractor in America. He's not a reputable chiropractor, right? How many of you guys will go to a doctor that you know is going back and forth with his wife on social media? Be honest. If you knew that your doctor was in a full-blown social media fight, right? If you knew that, would you go to him or would you ask for a different doctor? Hmm? If you knew your doctor, because we can pick our own doctors, right? They work for us. Either we pay them out of our money or our insurance pay them. They work for us. We hire them. We employ them. Our monies or our insurance money that we work for through our companies pays them. They work for us. You are their employer. Okay. So would you employ a doctor that is in a full-blown argument, spreading all his little business, talk about his wife's a whore and a cunt and all this other stuff on social media? Would you? Would you? Come on. Think about that for a minute. Because I wouldn't. I would say I want another doctor. He is too much drama. Too much drama. I would think he would break my bones in half. And the thing about it is, he's doing it to defame her character. He wants to turn people away from her, is what he wants to do. Because the thing about it is, their divorce is over. It's nothing that should make this man come out and say anything about what happened 2 years ago in their relationship, 2 years or longer, right? For him to say, "Oh, she cheated on me when when she was 4 months pregnant with my daughter." What is that going to do? How is that going to elevate him? It's not. How? How is that going to make him a better doctor? And then I hear him say, "Oh, for you guys, I'm so sorry that I'm not breaking down educational content, but right now I need to get this off my chest." What are you telling the patients, if any, if they do want to hear you with education content? What are you telling them? Wait, I know I'm a doctor. I know I'm a doctor of chiropractor, but wait for that, okay? Sit and wait. Because for the next couple of years, I want to fight my baby's mom online. That is my content right now. If you want to hear about chiropractor education, educational talk, go somewhere else, because right now I'm reserving this page to bash my ex because I've held it in too long. Is that professional? No, it's not. Okay. Absolutely not. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. Nope, I wouldn't want him to touch me with a 10-foot pole. Please tell these newcomers how intelligent Amora is. She worked in human resources for years and is versed at looking over documents. Absolutely. That was my job in the military. Policies, procedures, SOPs. That's what I did in the military. I am an HR professional. I am a HR professional, okay? And another thing, I want to show you a picture that I saw him. I thought was just close, right? He goes online just the other day and he says, "Look, you guys," I thought this was really funny, right? He goes online because he thinks people are not that smart. And he says, look, you guys, she is violating court orders and she can get in trouble and then she can go to jail or she can lose custody of the kids, is what he said, right? So he's pointing out here what was in the order, right? That says that they are not to, well, this one right here says, no, I'm sorry. Let me go back. So this is the ex parte is granted. And you know, I told y'all, I don't know if that says grant. Hold on, let me read it. Let me read it on my side. What does it say? It says the ex parte is, yeah, granted. Or does it say granted? But anyway, he's trying to point out where she would get in trouble if anybody in her family comes online and says anything about him, right? That's what he's trying to say. That her family members, her friends, she can't encourage family members, friends, or anybody like that to come after Justin, right? But guess what it also says? It also says that he can't either. That's what I don't think that he understood. They were both given an order to not speak on each other and to not encourage their family members, friends, or fans to go after each other. But he reads it as if it does not apply to him, that it only applies to Korra. But I read this to you guys, right, from the court orders. I read this to you guys that says that both parties are not to encourage negative talk against each other. Both parties, not just Korra, but he reads it as if these documents are only for Korra. This is what Korra should be. This is what Korra should abide by, not him. He don't think it applies to him. I don't understand why. But the documents clearly states it's both of them. So I saw that the other day and I was like, so wait a minute. I see him pointed out that, okay, it says you're not supposed to do this, and it does. I told you guys that the other day, right? I'm being fair about it. I said they are both in violation. They have both violated the final order, right? So if he takes her to court, she can turn around and countersue him, and the judge is going to give them a choice. Either you both throw it out, right, and go out there and act like you got some sense, or both of you go to jail. It doesn't matter if she violated 15 times and he only violated once, or he violated 15 times and she only violated once. It doesn't even matter. The fact that they have both violated the contract or the agreement, they both will get the same, punishment. But he reads this to his supporters as if it only applies to Korra. Korra can't speak on it. Korra's sister can't speak on it. Korra daddy can't speak on it. Everybody on Korra's side, Korra supporters can't speak on it. Everybody on Korra's side has to be quiet while he vents, while he lets out what it is that he wants to let out, while he speak what he wants to speak, right? But he wants everybody else to believe that Korra and her supporters and her family needs to hush their mouths, or they're going to get the kids taken away from her. She's going to go to jail. All these things are going to happen to her. But what he don't understand is it's going to happen to him too. Okay. So I don't know why he thinks people can't read, because we broke this down and we read the agreement. I'm going to pull it up again for you right quick. I'm going to pull up the agreement again. Okay. This is it. This is the agreement that they both agreed to, right? Not just one. They both. And it does say that it can become criminal if they violate, right? Up here. Neither party shall encourage any other person or third party to threaten or post disparaging statements about the other party, right? Neither party shall make direct or indirect references, vile threats, or comments about the other party. They are both in violation. Neither party shall name, reference, or mention the other party directly or indirectly in any public forum or social media, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. Neither party shall disclose the confidentiality or the confidential nature of the ongoing custody proceedings or disclose developments in the divorce case. Social, and I saw him read this, and I don't think that he understood what this third one meant, because the way it read, I don't think he comprehended. But it says social media posts regarding the children shall be tasteful, and the party shall supervise the children properly when online. I don't think he took that as what it means. is what it was saying. Social media posts regarding the children shall be tasteful, right? And the party shall supervise their children properly when online, which means that they need to be, careful what they post of the children. It needs to be tasteful, Right there, you would think that it would say that they don't have restrictions on posting the kids online, but he said that came after the divorce decree. So this was November of 2022, and I think he filed something in like, I don't know, was it January or something like that, or maybe even December. I had to look again of I think let me just get out of this for right now because we'll come back to this tomorrow. Okay, so the divorce decree was done in November, and then I think he filed something else after the divorce. So the TRO was canceled, and then I think in January of 2023, yeah, he filed another emergency custody order of visitation. Proposed ex parte. Yeah, in January he filed another one. So he tried to take her kids from her before the divorce was final and after divorce was final. He was still trying to take the children from her. And from what he said, he's going to try it again. They were still, even after the divorce was final, they were still trying to hold each other in contempt. Imagine that. Juvenile final judgment. Okay, that was in April. And we read that, and we read the juvenile final judgment, and it basically said the case is closed. Everything is closed, right? After the judge said no more showing kids because his followers kept calling CPS on Korra. He is only taking pictures down to hurt Korra. Oh, absolutely. I don't think she failed. She wasn't saying anything about him until she was almost unalive, and he went on and started spreading. She was lying, trying to disregard that attempt on her. Yes, 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 yes. He was the first person to break it after the divorce, and then Korra came back with a response, so they both broke it. That's right. That's right. So the one that I was this one, no, where did it go? Where did it go? This one right here. This is the final agreement, but this is the final divorce agreement. Okay. They settled the marital agreement November the 18th of 2022. This when they vowed that they wouldn't do this, they would do that, and she had to pay him $50,000, but they have equal rights to the children, right? Equal rights. Right? They have equal rights. He wants to receive child support. Well, right now, no one is receiving child support. If the case is closed, how is this still valuable, though? What do you mean when you say that, Goal? How is it still valuable if the case is closed? I'm not understanding what you're saying. The case is closed as far as the juvenile case, as far as it's closed to where they don't have no more restrictions on the children. The children issues are no longer tied up in court. That's what's closed. After the attack, he came on social media first saying she was lying. Yes, I did see that, Melinda. I think Korra said the case was closed. She was celebrating her freedom. He doesn't feel anything applies to him because of the white privilege. Oh, I agree on that, but it does. It does apply to him. And see, that's what he is tricking himself if he feels that she has to abide by the rules of the land and he doesn't, because that's just not how it works, because he does. He has to abide by these orders as well. He has to abide by these orders, And it even goes as far as, even though this is the final judgment, the court broke it down even in simpler terms. Let me get that for you guys. I went over it. Some of you guys may not have been in here when I went over it, but let's go over it right quick. This was November the 20th. Okay. No, I think it's the stipulation. Let's see. Hold on, let me see. Why is the stipulations not opening? I know I had this. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it does that. Oh Lord. Why does it does this? Hold on. Let's close out and come back in. Maybe I have too many open. All right, documents. The stipulations. That was when, that was in January. I mean, November. Stipulation and order. Oh no, this is not what I'm looking for. Is it? Yeah. Is it? No. Oh wow. I didn't read this one. This one right here says, okay, I didn't read this one, but this one was February the 6th of 2023, right? These are some stipulations and orders, right? This one says this, that they both voluntarily and mutually enter into the following stipulation and order. Both parties acknowledge that any violation of this order may result in civil or criminal penalties or both. Excuse me. It says right here that they both can get in trouble, but right here it says the party agreed to the following. Oh, this is prepared at the service of Bank of America as soon as possible with the relevant document. Okay, so basically on February the 6th at 1 p.m., the parties agreed to meet at Bank of America. Oh, this is for him to get his $50,000. So apparently she has already done this. Yeah, because they agreed to it. So she had to give him $50,000 back in April. Okay, this is the only thing. This one right here is for the stipulation of her giving him $50,000. So she had to give him $50,000 by the 6th, when, let me see, by the 6th of February at 1 p.m. She had to give him $50,000. Okay. That was that one. But I'm looking for, I think this is the ex parte. I've already went over this one. This is not what I'm looking for. I am looking for the one where the judgment was broken down. Hold on one second. Let's look at ex parte order. And what I don't think Justin understands, this ex parte was really, you see it right here. It says this is a court order. It's a temporary emergency ex parte order. It's a temporary emergency ex parte order, which means that it's just whatever was set in these orders was meant to be temporary. It was never a permanent thing. And I think Justin think that it's permanent, but it was never to be permanent. It is a temporary thing. Okay? Neither party may take videos, photos, or live stream any interaction between the parties in this matter until further court orders. Into further court order. So that last order that they received, which was so far, let me see. Right here, custody order, juvenile final judgment on April the 8th, it was no longer valid. So any order that they had is no longer valid after the final order, which is April the 8th. After April the 8th, if everything that they wanted to be put in this order. If it was still in place, it would have read in this order right here, which I've read to you guys, right? If she could not post the kids online, let me pull that up for you guys. Some of you guys may not have been in here when I pull that up. Here it goes right here. It says nothing, right? It says nothing. It says that they both have equal rights, is what it says. It says jurisdiction. This court has jurisdiction to make child custody orders in this case under the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act. All right. The United States has jurisdiction, right? The percentage or the parentage. Okay, it says June, Justin Dean, and was declared or adjudicated to be the biological person over June, Dean, and Athena. So they both are, right? Both parents, right? They have joint legal custody, joint legal. They both make the same damn decisions. He doesn't have no more rights than she does. She has no more rights than he does. That's what this order says right here. But if there was any special provisions, it would have been in, let me see the area it would have been. It would have said other for one right here, but it would have said other right here, like it did on the other one. Other provisions, it would have said other. If anything else they had to abide by, it would have been under other. It was not. Right here where it says other findings and orders, it would have been right here. The court grants joint legal and physical custody to both parents. Parenting time shall be arranged and agreed upon by parents. All court-appointed counsels are relieved at this time. If they had to abide by any other findings or anything else the judge wanted to put, if they couldn't post kids online or anything like that, it would have been right here up on the other findings and orders. Right here, you guys. It would have been here. Number 13 does not say that. Okay? She sent a copy to Meta of the final order. Well, I don't think Meta, because did they reinstate her videos? I think that she still may have to have a lawyer to ensure that he never does that again. He needs a court order, and I think she should take some of that money that she's going to fight him in court with, and I think she needs to take it to where the lawyers, the judge will put in writing that he is not to restrict her rights as a mother by blocking her videos no longer. He needs to spell it out in black and white, because Justin is the type of person that needs things spelled out to him in black and white. And that if he does, he could be criminally charged. That's what it needs to read. But I think even if it reads that, he would still try to find a loophole. But that's when she should take his ass back to court and have him charged immediately. Right? He needs to stop the harassment, because at this point, he is harassing her. He is harassing her. Like literally, Korra right now could go on his page and strike every picture that he has on his page of her, if she was a vindictive, spiteful person. Because Lord knows I probably would have. Get my shit off your page immediately, right? I would have struck his page down. But she's not even trying to be mean to this joker. She could really have his page hemmed up right now if she wanted to, and she's not even doing that. She's like, leave me alone, bro. Pay attention to your kids and leave me alone. This peaceful co-parenting bullshit he's talking about is bullshit. He's not trying to peacefully co-parent, because if he was, is no way he would have took down videos of his daughter with her grandfather for the first time. That was nothing but bitterness and spitefulness, and can't nobody tell me different. Nobody. You have to be a bitter individual to want a picture to come down, a video to come down of your daughters or your daughter meeting her grandfather for the first time. You have to be a very vindictive, bitter individual. If anybody believes that this is a good man, please explain to me why he would want to get rid of that video. Of all videos out there, why would he want to get rid of that one? Meeting her grandfather for the first time, why would he want to get rid of that one? Do you think at all that Korra would have deleted a video of her daughters meeting their in-laws, their family for the first time? I don't believe anybody that support him can agree with that. Nobody. Right? You have to be very, very bitter, calculated, cold-hearted to take a video like that down. He didn't give a damn. I don't care if she just met her papa. I don't care if she met her papa. I'm mad. So I'm going to act like a big kid, a hateful, spiteful kid. I'm going to act like that because I'm mad. I'm bitter. I'm cold. It didn't go my way. You know? So anyway, and another thing, these are the things I think that she should fight for, right? I think she should have put in writing that he can never do this again, right? That he can never threaten her page, come after her business, because this is her place of employment. So he's affecting her work, her place of employment, and she should sue him for that because she went like a week without being able to make no money on her page because of him. That's stopping employment. You can't play with somebody's money, right? So he stopped employment because he could have just said, Korra, take them down, right? He could have said, Korra, take these videos down or I'm going to strike your page. Take these videos down until we go back to court or I'm going to strike your page. But he's messing with her place of employment, right? So she should get him for being able to disturb her place of employment. Like, stop watching her. If you don't want to see what she's doing, stop freaking watching her, right? But the reason why he's watching her because he's harassing her. He's harassing her, period. So she should get him for that, right? But she should also get him for not signing the passport for Athena. She needs it in black and white, just like how we just read that she had so many hours or so to, give him that $50,000. It said by this date and this time that you are ordered to give him the $50,000, wherever I put that at, right? They need to have that in writing, that you have this date and this time to go down and sign off on her passport. That needs to be in writing, right? That needs to be in writing. Again, stop messing with my work. Sign Athena's passport information. And guess what? Cease and desist. Keep my effing name out your mouth. Stop talking about me. Stop talking about me, right? Don't mention me. Stop talking about me, trying to defame my character. Stop talking about my family. Stop talking about my sister. Leave it be. Move on, right? Because let me tell you something. She can enforce that. She can literally put a gag order. Now, they have an order in place, but it's only enforceable when you go back to court. It's only enforceable when you go back to court. Things can be written all day long, but if you don't take them back to court for it, guess what? Nothing happens. She didn't take them to court. Your Honor, this is what's going on. This man, I got attacked in London, and this man told everybody I faked it, right? This man is talking to different bloggers, and the bloggers are coming out telling on this man, saying Justin knew. I listened to a video, right, of the lady I think her name is Miss Crystal, right? I listened to a video of Miss Crystal saying, Justin knew about me distributing the pictures. Justin saw the pictures before I even distributed them, and he was okay with it, right? He was okay with a stranger that he met on social media to come babysit his kids, take pictures while they are on the toilet, while they are in the bathtub, and he okayed me to share those photos, right? The judge needs to know that. The judge needs to know that. The judge also needs to know that somebody helped him file this ex parte or whatever, and now he's coming out saying, oh, they're evil, or he's calling them names, and now they're trying to turn on him. The judge needs to know that, because that means that he is actively getting third parties to defame his kid's mom. The judge needs to know that, and he needs to put a cease and desist in order for it. Stop these bloggers, right? His personal bloggers, because that's what they are. His personal bloggers to try to defame Korra, harassing her. Because that's what they're doing. They are harassing her. When you spread lies and not facts, right? When you're spreading lies and not facts, that's defamation. Justin said he lied 0. He put up a finger. He said 0. I tell 0 lies. I have not been caught in 0 lies. And as we went through these documents over the last 3 days, we've noticed he's told many lies, right? Many lies. And as we saw from here, this docket proved that he was bitter. He came from a bitter place. He reacted bitterly, right? He didn't want a divorce, because if he did, it wouldn't took him 5 months to be chased down to get the orders in the first place. He got the orders 5 months after she filed, and the first thing he does, TRO, give me my kids. Give me my kids. And he says, I won everything. I won everything. You see right here, temporary restraining order denied. It says denied in part, granted in part, right? Denied in part, granted in part. The granted in part one is denied until we hear, or it's not even, we're not giving you an answer until we hear you in court, but it was still denied, filed by the respondent. All his TROs didn't work. So, yeah. And then he says, oh, I built her. I made her. She wouldn't be shit without me. But yet he asked for $67,000. And that was proven. He asked for $67,000 in his response, right? We proved that the other day. $67,000 he asked for to pay rent. $67,000. And out of the 67, the judge made her pay $50,000. But not just for rent. It was the division of each money compiled together and split down the middle. Is this his response? Oh, no, I already ordered it. Sorry. His response. Where's that? No, that's hers. That's her response for the ex parte. His response for the court order. His response to the disillusion. Where is it? I know I showed it to you guys the other day. But anyway, he asked for $67,000 to help him pay his rent. But yet he built her. But yet she wouldn't be nothing without him. And what is he basing that on? Because if she would have came to the United States, if I would have given money to get her to the United States, she wouldn't be where she is. He can't really say that. So he's mad. And the fact that he speaks on how much money she makes, how big her house is, how many cars she has, the fact that he speaks on that all the time, right, tells that he's bitter. And I want to show you guys one more thing, and then we're going to pause and I'm going to read some of your comments, and then we're going to end for the day. But let me show you one other thing, right? Somebody sent this to me. Somebody sent this to me. I don't know. Let me see. All right, let me see if I can share. All right, let me see here to let me share with you guys. All right, here it goes. All right, now the only reason why I'm showing this video right here is because in his cry for, when I broke down that long, him saying that she was a bad mother, she was not attentive, the baby had a butcher knife, the baby ran out into the street and a homeless man had to come rescue the baby, and all these things that he claimed her negligence. The baby had blood on her in the pool, the baby almost, the baby was not being watched at the pool and stuff like that, right? As if you're supposed to have your eyes glued on the baby at all times, right? He act like babies don't fall and babies don't hurt themselves and baby don't get bumps and bruises, but we know that they do. And the judge knows that they do. The judge knows that we're not perfect human beings, right? We're not perfect and shit happens, right? So everybody knows that. And the only reason I'm going to point out this video right here is because he put this in court documents that she was negligent because normal shit that happened to kids happened, right? Oh, the baby was about to get his foot chopped off in the dishwasher because she was sitting and her foot was in the sink, and this was about to happen to the baby, and this was about to happen to the baby. But yet he failed to tell the judge when Athena fell, right? While he was on live, she didn't really fall. This doesn't show the whole video, but from what was told to me is he pretty much dropped her because his oldest daughter walked in with syringes, okay? And he was so shocked that he kind of let go of the baby and the baby failed, okay? So I'm going to play this video only to show that the baby falls on his watch. The baby bumps her head on his watch, but he failed to include that in the paperwork of how horrible of a parent Korra is. Do you get where I'm going? How horrible of a parent Korra is. He forgot to mention that the baby fell on his watch. The baby got bruises on his watch because he's a perfect parent, remember? Right? He's the perfect parent. But look at her.
I'm sorry, Athena.
Now let's pause here for a moment, right? Because in one of the documents that he told the judge, he said he was angry at Korra when he saw the baby fall on her live, right? He said he was angry because he called her. He didn't say called. He said because he immediately sent her a message through the parenting app, right? And said, Take her to the emergency room immediately because I'm a chiropractor and I know firsthand how fast a concussion can come on and damage a child's brain or head, right? He said that to the judge, right? He said, but she disregarded me and did not respond. She was unresponsive when I told her, take the baby to the emergency room immediately and have the baby evaluated for a concussion because I know the seriousness of a concussion, right? Right? But yet, does it look like he is evaluating her for a concussion, or does it look like he's trying to get her to shut the F up? Which one? Let's go back. Somebody asked me, did I see the needle? No, I did not see the needle. Where is it? I do not see the needle. But look how he does not evaluate her for a concussion, but he wanted Korra to take the baby to the emergency room immediately, right? Let's go back. Where's the needle? Hold on. I don't see the needle. Where is it at? I didn't see that part. If y'all have the whole video, you can send it to me. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, right there. Oh, hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, it's two of them. Holy shit. I see it. Damn, y'all see that? But he wanted to tell the judge, OMG. Y'all see that? I see it. OMG. Did y'all look at it right here? Look at June's hand. But he's supposed to be a responsible parent. Oh, let's play it in slow motion, you guys. So he's wiping Athena's nose. June comes in and show him the two syringes. It happened so fast I didn't see it, so I slowed it down. She has the syringes in her hand. He's wiping the nose. You see how he let go of her head right there? Look, to get the needles. Look, y'all see that? He literally let go of her head. Boom. No regards whatsoever to wiping her nose. Bam. He panicked. But this is a responsible parent, right? Look at that. He's wiping her nose. He totally let go of Athena's head. Okay. Athena head hit the wooden floor. Boom. Boom. Slow motion, baby. He gets the needles out her hand. He puts them to the side. The baby bumps her head. And then guess what he does? Get up and pat her and shake her and all that other shit. Wow.
I'm sorry, Athena.
And he says, June, those are not toys. Those are not toys, June. Those are not toys. Because June went right back over there to pick them back up. And he says, June, those are not toys. Those are not toys.
I'm sorry, Athena.
Those are not toys. Now, do you think that he's evaluating her for a concussion? Because now, if Korra would have seen this and she would have texted him, take the baby to the emergency room immediately, what do you think he would have said? I got this. But he put in the court papers that she totally ignored him. She didn't respond until the next morning, and he was so mad. What is he using the syringe for? I don't know. I don't know what chiropractors would need a syringe for. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, what is he? What is he using the syringes for? I don't know. I have no idea. I know his floors are dirty because the bottom of his feet are dirty. His feet dirty. Then what if he does? He throw up and down. He don't know if he has a concussion. He just throws her up and down. Oh, be quiet. Oh, be quiet.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. We're good now.
Yes, Daddy.
Why'd you get those? Those are not toys. Okay? Those are not.
Then he says, why did you get those? Those are not toys. Well, she got them because they were in the way. They was in child's reach. You hear him asking her, why did you get those? Those are not toys. How was she supposed to know? She don't know if those are not toys. Now he blames the baby for getting a hold of his syringes. Like she's supposed to automatically know what the hell it was, right? The baby's supposed to know what it was. Why did you get those? Those are not toys. Why did you get those?
Those are not toys.
And then he says, what did he just say? Did he tell her to stay out of daddy's supplies? Hold on a second. It sounds like that joker says, stay out of daddy's supplies. Okay, listen.
Okay.
Hold on, let's go back. Listen. He says, why did you get those? Those are not toys. And it sounds like he says, stay out of daddy's supply. Okay, hold on. Let's go back a little bit so you can hear.
Yes, Daddy.
Why'd you get those? Those are not toys. Okay? Those are not toys. Not toys, okay?
Daddy.
Huh?
Daddy.
Daddy? Take those. You're killing me, man.
He says, June, you're killing me, man.
Huh? You good to Tim? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Daddy didn't mean to do that as he glanced up at the camera. Daddy didn't mean to do that as he glances up at the camera. Then, let me see what they're saying. Do they think I'm a bad father now? Let me lean in and read the comments and see if they think I'm a bad father because I just dropped my child on the head while trying to get syringes from my other child where the syringes shouldn't be nowhere around for the kids to even pick up, right? Anyway. Anywho, that was sent to me. But yeah. Somebody said they didn't see the dirty feet. What do you mean you didn't see the dirty feet? Do I need to show y'all the dirty feet? Hold on. Stop playing. I know y'all seen them dirty feet. Stop playing. Y'all didn't see these dirty feet. Look at that. Look at his feet. Look. Hold on. Look at these dirty feet. Boom, 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 boom. Wait a minute. Look at his dirty feet. You could tell a person have a dirty house by their dirty feet. You don't see the dirty feet? Look, I saw the dirty feet. Dirty feet. Boom, right there. Look like he's been walking in mud. He tells her stay out of daddy's supply, okay? I want y'all to hear that.
Daddy? Why'd you get those? Those are not toys, okay? Those are not toys. Peptides, okay? Daddy?
Hold on, let me see something right quick. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't know if this is right or not, but I am going to say something. When she says, I want you to notice something. His hand is still behind her back, right? Watch as he put her down. His hand is still behind her back, and she's going to arch up a little bit as if he pinched her or something. But just look for a second. Look for a second as she kind of let out a, just look for a second. His hand is still behind her back. Did y'all see that? Hold on. His hand is still behind her back. Why did she just let out a scream? I wonder why. Then he moves his hand. Just see it one more time.
Those are not toys. Peptides, okay? Daddy? Take those. You're killing me, man. Huh? You get the can? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
But he says daddy didn't mean to do that. But it's okay that he can drop her in his presence. But if Korra drops her in her presence, she deserved to get her kids taken away from him. This man is a whole damn joke. And anybody that supports him is a whole joke. And the reason why I'm saying this is because he put this in court documents for the judge to see. Oh, she dropped her, the kid, she's irresponsible and all this stuff. But yet he failed to mention the times that the kids got hurt in his custody, in his presence. Come on, get the F out of here. If you're going to point something out that the mom does, point something out that the dad did too. Okay? Period.
Come on.
And then, if somebody had sent me something where he actually had told June she's getting on his nerves or something like that. Or you're getting on my nerves or whatever it was. But anyway, listen, she said, so wait, I thought they wasn't putting them online. This video is old. This video is old. Someone sent it to me via WhatsApp. Meek said he probably pinched her. He probably did, because why did she let out a and his hand was still behind her back? She also sent me a video of where the baby was begging to come inside the house. Hold on one second. Who sent me that one? I can't remember who sent me that. I can't remember who sent me that one. Hold on. Hold on. Well, I may play it tomorrow, but it's a video someone sent me of the baby begging to come inside out of a cold, and he basically blamed the baby for, you gotta come in. You can't stay out forever. When you go outside, you only have to stay 20, 30 minutes. You can't just stay out. But she apparently got locked outside and was crying, and somebody else in the house is the one that let her in, right? He didn't even let her in. Somebody else that was in his house let her in. But I'll show that to you guys tomorrow if I can find it. Okay. She said, can someone send the picture or videos of this fridge? I'm trying to see it. What is the fridge are you talking about, Good Eats? What refrigerator are you talking about? The part of the video is missing where he said the baby hit her head because she was learning to walk. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, what? He said that? He actually said the baby. What? Please tell me that that's not true. He really tried to say the baby. Come on. He said the baby hit her head because she was trying to learn to walk. Was it in the same video? What? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. She said, yes, I have the whole video. Are you serious? He in the same video, he said he literally denied, even though we just seen what happened. He said she was trying to learn to walk. What? Is that learning to walk? He was cleaning her nose. Oh my God. Oh, I understand what you're saying, goodies. I have not seen that picture, but I heard about it. I heard his house was filthy. The refrigerator was filthy. I did hear that. She said, I will send it to you. Yes, let me drop you my email. I'm going to drop this one. Talk about it with the more. Talk about it with the more at Gmail. Talk about it with the more at Gmail. Just make sure you spell my first name correctly. It's the same as my channel. Talk about it with Amora at gmail.com. His refrigerator is a bacteria fest. Well, I don't know how it could be a bacteria fest when he eats everything up immediately. No, he eats a lot. He eats like a pig. He needs, instead of having a nanny, he needs a maid, a housekeeper. So yes, so we're gonna come back on tomorrow and we're gonna hear more of Korra's story as she tell it in her words, right? As she explains everything in her words. We will go back and listen to how she even said the affair happened, okay? But just know, and I'm only telling you this because, I mean, you know, you think you got the perfect one, and then they call you out your name, calling you all type of B's and H's and W's and C's, and you like, wait a minute, who did I meet? Who did I meet? She said the maid used to be Korra. I know, I did see on a video. I did see on a video when she was pregnant. I'm talking about big, huge pregnant. And she was still sweeping and cleaning and mopping and taking care of things when she was pregnant. And I was like, dang, girl. She was pregnant, mopping, sweeping, and he was literally right there doing nothing. Okay. Matter of fact, he was coming in asking her, was the food done or some shit? Did y'all see that one? I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, he would have got cussed out. But anyway. If you send it to me, I will evaluate it and look at it, and I will show it tomorrow. Okay. She said, may God, there's so many proofs of him doing evil deeds with bloggers, yet there's nothing on Korra's side. Hey, Brown Shorty from Brooklyn. Hey, baby girl. Well, listen, this is going to conclude for today. Her videos are, let me tell you how many chapters she has. She has 10 chapters. So we did 2 today, 5 and 6. Okay. This book is not long at all. So it's not going to take us any time. Again, it was it's 10 chapters, and then we done already knocked out 2. So we got 8 more chapters to go. Some of her chapters are only like, you know, well, I think that was the shortest. Number 6, no, actually number 7. Number 7 is the shortest at 4 minutes and 26 seconds. We'll knock that one out tomorrow. And we may listen to one of the long ones, okay? Where, listen, a lot of people think Korra was nothing before she came to the United States. And I'm here to tell you, Korra had a whole life before she came to the United States. Korra was already on stages before she came to the United States. You know what I'm saying? So please don't think having a green card made Korra, right? Don't think having a green card made Korra into who she is. Kermit Cutie said, please read my comment. Okay, it says, I'm concerned about him waking June up at night to do recordings. June said it on live. Yes, I did hear that. I did hear that she said that he wakes her up at night to do recordings, which I think is weird too. But, you know, he at one time wanted her to be his moneymaker. The kids both, you know, that's why he bought the mics, because he wanted those kids to be his moneymakers. And that's why he said the other day, what did he say? I'm not putting them back online yet. He said yet because he still had intentions on putting the kids online. He's just not doing it right now because he wants people to think that he still has some sort of control over Korra. Okay. And how is her GoFundMe right now? Anybody know? So I can announce it so everybody can know how much she's raised thus far. Where is it at, you guys? Anybody know? How much is the GoFundMe today? I think it was at 62,000 the last time I looked. 62 and some change. What is it right now, you guys? Does anybody know? 62,400. Okay, so 62,400, 62,400. That's good. $62,000. She's raised $62,000 even after all the, oh, she's a scammer. She's just taking your money and going to Hawaii. She said, I sent the video. It will take you to my Facebook video. Okay. All right, Eve. Thank you very much. I will take a look at it and I will show it tomorrow as I break things down. Okay. Listen, I'm going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's Texas time, you guys, Central, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, okay? I will be back on live, and we will be breaking down a few more chapters out of her book, and I will play the entire video that's on Eve's page, okay? Matter of fact, you know what? Where did you send it to, Eve? I might be able to show it right now. Hold on. Let's go to it right now. Let's go to it, if y'all don't mind. Hold on. If y'all don't mind, let's go to it right now. Right now. Hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. I gotta do something. Hold on. I gotta put it in this one because all right, hold on. All right, here we go. She got the whole video. Let's go. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? Oh, wow. That's even worse than we saw it, right? Look at it, you guys. Wow.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Athena. Junie, those are not.
I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit.
Peptides, okay? Huh? Daddy? That tickles. You're killing me now. What? Okay. You get it, Tina? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Huh? Daddy?
What happened? Hold on.
Come on. Good. Jimmy, those are not toys, okay? Jimmy, those are not toys. Okay?
She don't know they ain't
Sit down.
toys.
Sit down. Can you sit down and eat? No. Sit down and eat. Sit down and eat. Yeah. Those of you who are wondering what scared me, June, I think I did show in my. That's what happens when kids are learning to walk.
He literally just said, oh my God, he said Athena did just fall and bump her head. Those things tend to happen when they're learning to walk. Listen, you guys, he is such a fucking liar. I cannot believe he literally just told that lie in front of a group of people that was actually watching the entire thing. This is very sad because he literally just said that shit with no remorse, no hesitation. Like he literally just said, yes, she did fall and bump her head. And that's what happens when kids are starting to learn to walk. Listen to his ass. Like I cannot.
That's what happens when kids are learning to walk.
Listen. He's a fucking liar.
Those of you who are wondering what scared me, June, I think I did show in my. That's what happens when kids are learning to walk.
Oh my God. And here's the thing. He believes that. You hear me? Because he's a narcissist. So in his mind, if you ask him right now, did she fall in his presence? He will repeat the same thing and say, yes, when she was trying to learn to walk, when she was trying to walk, that's why she fell. I gotta hear it again because this man lied like it just came off his mouth so easily. Just
Those of you who are wondering what scared me, June, I think I did show in my. That's what happens when kids are learning to walk. You got Peppa Pig? Yeah. Oh, Eddie. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Guys,
that joker said Athena did just fall and bump her head. Those tend to happen when kids are learning to walk. He is an asshole. I'm telling you, he is. This man is a liar. And his supporters will probably, somebody said, do you think that he believes his own lies? Yes, so pathological liars actually believe their own lies. They do. They believe their own lies. Yeah, MB. He didn't drop her. She just fell on her head. And I want you guys to see the video again and just see how easy it is for him to lie. You tell me if she's trying to learn to walk. Was she learning to walk? I'm not laughing at the baby falling. She wasn't even standing up. How was she learning to walk and she wasn't even standing up? Look. She's not even on her feet. Is she learning to walk? Someone need to just snapshot a picture like that. She never even stood up. Her feet, the bottom of her feet is facing us. But she's learning to walk. No one called him out for this. Like, come on, you guys. Like, this dude is a liar. He says, I've told zero lies. Zero lies. Because I don't lie. I'm a truth teller. I've told the truth and nothing but the truth, and she's a horrible mom. Someone said it. They said everything that he says about her is what he's talking about himself. That is true. He accuses her of the things that he has done. The cheating, the abuse, the neglect, all of that is because of things that he has done. Because of him. That baby was learning to walk.
I'm sorry, Athena.
He even said, I'm sorry, Athena, right? But then toward the end of the video, he says, I'm sorry, Athena. But toward the end of the video, yes, she did hit her head because that's what happened when babies learn to walk.
Those of you who are wondering what scared me,
And I don't even know if y'all heard him say when he said, those of you guys are wondering what scared me, right? Then he said, fuck it, right? That's what he says. Listen, because he was about to just say, forget it. I'm not about to explain that shit. And then he's like, no, I need to. He said, fuck it. Watch this. Right there. Fuck it. Hold on. Listen.
No. Wait
a minute.
Yeah. Those of you who are wondering what scared me,
He said, fuck it. Fuck it. Did y'all hear that? Fuck it. I'm not going to explain it to them. And then he doubled back and said, oh, no, I need to explain it.
I did install it. That's what happens when kids are learning to walk.
Oh my God. So let me ask y'all something. Did he delete this video off of his page? I'm sure he did. Oh my God, this dude is disgusting. I swear he is. And where's the person that said everything that he says she is? She's it. Where is she? Where's Sonia? Sonia, explain this one, baby. Explain this one. She said everything this man says Korra is, she is. Where? Where's Sonia? Where? Please explain this right here. Explain he just lied just like that. She says that when Junie came in with the syringe, she said one is for daddy and one is for Junie. She said, and narcissists actually live a fantasy world and they definitely believe their stories. Oh yeah, I definitely believe that. So he did delete the video. Fontaine said nobody was wondering what scared him. He's so messed up. Exactly. He didn't want to mention them damn syringes. Let me see what he said. For those that of you wondering what scared me, hold on.
Those of you who are wondering what scared me,
He said, fuck it. I'm gonna make a video out of this. Y'all know me. I'm gonna be like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna repeat it over and over and over. That's what I'm gonna do because I'm just petty like that. Y'all know me. I'm doing a video. I will be doing a video. I'm gonna do a little small video of this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. And I'm gonna put it after she bumped her head. He's gonna say ass fucking because that's basically what he said. Ass fucking He didn't check up for no concussion. The way he was in the court documents told her, said her to check for concussion, take the baby to the emergency room immediately because of my what do you say, my profession. I know how easy it is for a child to have a concussion. This is in my line of work, and I ordered her to take the baby to the doctor, and she said, nope, I got it. And it pissed me off, Your Honor. It pissed me off so damn bad that's why I want custody, because she didn't respond to my message, because I told her to take the baby to the damn doctor, and she didn't. To the ER. She didn't even respond to me until the next day. But he didn't check the baby for a concussion. Oh, Lord. Matter of fact, he threw the baby up in the air. Oh, don't cry, Athena. I know I just tried to crack your skull open when I just neglected to hold your head, but it's okay. Just stop crying. And let me just tell people that bump came because you was trying to walk. And yeah, that's what happened. Okay, yeah. He wanted Korra to have a hospital bill. You think that's what it was? No, you know what, Christina? That, or either he wanted it to be documented that she was hurt on Korra's watch. You understand what I'm saying? Because he would have went and got those hospital bills. He would have went and got something from the hospital saying the child fell in her care, right? Take the baby to the hospital. Take the baby to the hospital so it can be documented that the child was hurt under her care. That's what he wanted. Right. Yes, Athena did not fall. He dropped her. He unsecured her head. Okay. Yes, you guys. So listen. Thank you for that. Who was that? Who was this? Who was this again? What was the lady name? I'm sorry. What was your name again? Oh, Eva. Eva. Right here, you guys. Thank you so much, Eva. I'm gonna check out your page if you don't mind. Is that your page? Is this your page? Hold on. I think you did say it's your page. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do with the video? Oh, was it shared? I think it was shared. Is this your page right here? I don't want to put it on blast just in case that's one of your, cover up page. Because, we all got cover up pages. We all got cover up pages, right? He wanted ER business on Korra Watch. Exactly. You got it. He wants to be able to go up to the hospital and say, I need the report that was filed on such and such date, so he can attach that to the court papers to try to say, see, the baby was hurt under her watch, and this further my case of neglect and blah, 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 blah. He wanted paper trail. That's what he wanted. He wanted paper trail. He wanted paper trail on her watch, acting like he's concerned. But he didn't go get paper trail on his watch. Make that make sense. Uh-oh, Good E said now he's in jeopardy with another blogger helper. Miriam, let's get our popcorn ready. Ooh, he's in trouble with another blogger. The bloggers are coming out the woodwork, right? The bloggers are getting mad at him. Everybody's turning on him. Is that what it is? Oh, let me show y'all this before we get off. I got to show y'all one more thing. I'm sorry. Let's go. Hold on. Where we at? Let me just show y'all this before. Hold on. How do I get it to myself? Hold on. I got to show y'all this before we end this live. Hold on one second. We're going to end on a good note, you guys. We're going to end it on a good note. Those are just coming in. All you got to do is just go back and rewind where we left off, okay? But I have to show you this. Somebody just sent it to me. All right, it says Korra Biddy, the singing, dancing princess all the way from the motherland, is sitting right on New York Times Square. Congratulations. Let's look, you guys. This is somebody's only 33 seconds long. Here we go. Let's find out what's going on. Here we go. Look at Korra. That's her new song. If anybody want to know, that is her new song that she just um released. I want to say on Friday. I paused it because you only can get so many seconds of their song without getting copyright. So now I'm gonna start it again. I've seen the video to the song and I love it. I love it. I love the meaning of it. In my opinion, I feel like the video is trying to say you tried to strip me and have me locked up away from my kids. And she had to fight to get her kids back. And she did what she had to do, even pretend to be a maid to break in and get her child back. That's what I got out of it, that she had to fight for her children because yeah, he was trying to get her kids taken away from her. That's what I got out of the song and the video, that they were in a toxic relationship and he was trying to take her children and she fought to keep her children. Okay. Yeah, he is going to be hotter than fish grease because he said her songs wasn't shit and they wasn't moving. Remember, they're not even doing good. Her songs are not even doing well, right? But I think not. I think not, right? I think not. So that's it. So that's the video. If you want to follow this page, it's called Abroad Gifts GTV. That's where I'm getting this video from. Someone sent that to me. Candy sent that to me. Thank you so much, Candy. Thank you guys for sending me things while I'm on live so that I can show you guys in real time. And thank you, Eva Popola. Thank you, Eva Popola, for showing me the entire video of him telling that big, fat, greasy ass cat dog big neck lie about the reason why she fell. I'm definitely going to do a small video on that to show where he lied. And I'm going to put in there that he said he lies zero. He tells zero lies, but he just literally told a lie about how the hell she fell. Make that make sense. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining me. We've been on for 3 hours and 32 minutes. Let me thank you guys right quick for the super chats. I don't always get to them, so let me do that. My 3 sons from Antigua, my 3 grandchildren. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry. Thank you. Well, super sticker. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Candy Girl. Korra is on the digital billboard in New York City. I just sent it to you. Thank you so much, Candy Girl. Love you. Thank you, Tandra. You did a great job and more. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Sonia, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, Candy Gore. She said Korra needs a more on her team as her right hand. His page would have been demonetized by now because she would have been on a striking spree. You already know it, girl. You know I take them down, Candy. Thank you so very much, baby. She said, hit that like button. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do have some more people to thank right quick. And this is from the other night that I did not thank you guys. And I do apologize. Let me get to that right quick. Just right quick, you guys. Just right quick. Let me do that. I'm just going to go down the list. It was, gotta go back to the list. Rhonda Evans, Glenn Davis, Cheryl Hawkins, Vanita Spears, Mary Smith, Candace Gray, Nataria Trelander, Kimberly Tate, Mrs. White, Patrice M. You know who you are. Melinda Bell, Sonia, Marilyn, Mrs. Hurd, Beverly Vaughn, Dimitri Mitchell, Me to You, Tanya Murray, Cheryl Hawkins, Monique King. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank you so very much for you guys helped me with the documents. And also, hold on. It's a few more. I'm seeing if it put your name on here. Ramona. Hold on. I know it's somebody else. I just got to see who it was. Chastity G. And then I know I had, listen, I had like 3 or 4 different ways you guys could send money. I think it's one more way. Hold on one second. And if I didn't call your name, please let me know. But I got one more thing to look at right here. And Inna. Well, actually, Shantae and Inna. And Talanda. Talanda, Shantae, and Inna Chase. Thank y'all so very much for looking out for me. You guys helped me get these documents. Candy, she helped me get the documents as well. She gifted me a month subscription, and you guys helped me get these court documents because, you know, they came with little fees here and there. So thank you guys so much for helping me get these documents and also purchasing Korra's book, because you guys helped me with that as well. I do appreciate you guys for that, you know, for doing that. She said, everyone send them more $3 short, some love. Oh, they can send it tomorrow, but Levette, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it because I'm about to get off right now. She said, yeah, I saw that June walked in with the syringe and he dropped Athena and rushed to get the syringes from June. She said, why does he have him between his legs like that? No, that could be looked at as playful. That could just be looked at as playful. I wouldn't read too much into that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't read too much into that. Hey, Cookie, you're going to have to go back to the beginning because we didn't broke down a whole lot today. But I'm sure when you have time or whatever, you know, driving or just, you know, cleaning up the kitchen tonight or whatever, you can go back and listen to the entire thing. Oh, you said Miriam is the blogger who helped Justin to prepare the court documents. Yeah, well, she didn't do a very good job because those documents were not, in my opinion, not done by a professional. My opinion, not done by a professional. Korra have a lot of songs she sings. I have been listening to all of her music all weekend. Oh my God, that girl can sing and dance. Got moves. Korra songs are all on YouTube. Yes, and you know what? And I want to say this because if you're listening, I think you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people jump in my inbox and tell me that they're depressed. They're going through this. They've been through DV. They have this going on. They have that going on. One thing that I would say take from Korra is Korra has a lot going on, and she sings and dances through her trauma, right? She sing and dance through her downtime, right? Her blues. You have to find something, whether it's singing, dancing, or cleaning up or whatever. You have to find something that lift you up. You can't wallow in your sorrow, right? Even if you can't sing, hum, whistle, do something, snap your fingers, dance. Don't let depression, anxiety, and stress keep you down. Find something that will help you get through it. Now, we all sit here and watch Korra. Korra has over 8 million followers. She gets trolled on a daily. Trolled, slammed, defamed, all that on a daily. If she's able to hold her head up high and keep smiling and dancing and singing, then we should be able to, okay? So find strength within and pull yourself up. You cannot wallow in your sorrow, okay? So I'm only saying that to say you have to find your strength. We all have a strength song. I said find your strength song and listen to it over and over and over and over and over again until you find some type of empowerment within. Do that for me, please. Okay? All right, I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern Standard Time. Please hit that notification button so you will know every time I go live. Like and share this video so that YouTube can get it out to more people, okay? Please like it if you have not thumbs it up before you left. She says you can get court documents, but do not accept a fee from another party. What do you mean, do not accept a fee from another party, Art? What does that mean? What do you mean? Do not accept a fee from another party. Anyway, I'm not sure what they saying, but y'all know how I roll. Y'all know how I roll. Anyway, I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed night. Good night.